This episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Jack Phillips of the Sergeant Anus server, Morgan Furman of Cactuar, Tajet Siri of Adamantoise. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/limitbreakradio.
Live from Eorzea. Limit Break Radio. With your hosts, Uniro.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Kahlo.
Hit the sack, Jack.
Juxtaposition.
Hey, what are you doing hanging around with this crap sack?
Ascalia.
Baffling. Guys.
And Nika.
You've honestly never said one thing I have ever found at all funny, bro.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio, episode number 42, and we're back again. We're gonna make some stuff up to talk about this week, guys. Welcome to the show. We are, of course, a live talk show and podcast for Final Fantasy XIV. Check us out on the web at limitbreakradio.com. My name is Aniro Grigori, and I am joined by Juxtaposition, Kahlo Landis, Ascalia Rayumasa, and, yes, of course, Nika Kayanian making her return to the show. Hi, welcome back, guys.
Where did I go?
Nowhere. No, we're not. I guess there was some question as to whether or not you would return to the program. So
Hey, get that elephant out of here. Hey, you get out of this room.
Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for joining us. We are, of course, live from Eorzea. Let's kick it over to our Eorzean studios and, of course, the awesome iCamera. If you want to join us live in the studio, we definitely invite you to do that. Where are we?
We're somewhere. We have a room somewhere.
We're in Sergeant Anus.
This is your free company house, your room, and you still don't know the address?
No idea.
Lavender Beds, Ward 2, Plot 11.
Do you know your address to your house?
I don't invite people there every week. Contrary to popular belief.
We have Kooky, who usually just tells it for us.
That's true.
Yeah, why do we have to remember that?
That's a good point.
Not to mention, Juxta, you know that I still have trouble remembering our freaking address, and we've been there for over a year.
That's true.
That's sad.
That is a little bit sad.
I know the number and the street. It's just the zip code that I can't remember.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us this week live at...
Let's get this shit started. Hashtag Campanero. Sorry, everyone else.
Whoa!
Less than.
All right. Thank you, Ash Saber, for adding to the bet. Yes, of course, if you are a fan of the program, then you know that we have a bet currently running on the show. I guess we can start it there. We can start off talking about it there. Camp Aniro securing a significant lead the other night, getting a nice big $100 boost. Shout out to Sevo Kevo.
Just when we started to make a little bit of
just when you started to close that gap just a little bit.
This is not
I brought
how
in 60 after your 100, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. Nice job.
Listeners, this is not how everybody loses, all right?
That is true. That is true.
Who is it that's trying to make sure we all lose at the same time?
Skuro, I think, is.
I know that
Taser
wants that to happen. So
Hashtag Camp Big Losers.
So here, all right. So real quick, let me give you a real quick rundown of what we're doing here. We've got a bet currently going here over at Limit Break Radio of who can raise the most money live on Twitch. We are racing to $2,500. The reason that it's a couple of people have asked. Apparently, they didn't listen to the bit or they didn't look at the website. The reason that it's $2,500 is so that we are objectively better than both Escalia and Kahlo.
Right.
Just so that's clear. All right. So
even though Escalia and Kahlo raised theirs in less than 24 hours.
We decided to make this a fun game, and you guys get to the listeners get to decide the pace, and part of it is to encourage us to maybe stream a little bit more, or to be bribed into doing embarrassing stuff when we're on the stream.
Like kicking Jux in the balls. That's still up for $50, by the way.
Yeah, that's still floating out there somewhere.
Yeah, you can crowdsource that, but I decided it has to be like in the same day.
Yeah.
So it's not over the course of like a week or something.
All right.
Just in the same day.
All right. So
I need TP for my bum hole. Hashtag Team Juxta.
A 10 for Team Juxta there. Apparently coming from
Beavis?
From Beavis.
Or Cornholio?
Beavis.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beavis.
That was Thor. He wants to go.
I think. Hang on. Thank you, Thor. I think for that Thor should get a Beavis impression from one of you guys.
Beavis. Okay, hold on. It's been in so long.
That's pretty close. That's actually not bad. Come on, kid. Just
TP for my butthole.
Yeah. Hey.
Fire. I don't think I've ever watched more than 5 minutes of an episode.
I'm actually fairly impressed. That actually worked out better.
Can you do a butthead, Kahlo?
Like I've never watched more than 5 minutes.
I haven't either.
So probably not.
Check it out. Boobs are cool.
Yeah.
What show are we again?
Beavis and Butthead. Jesus Christ. All right. So anyway, here's what's at stake.
We are
real
not
quick.
Beavis and Butthead.
Well, that was what the donation was a reference to. Anyway, what the race is. Okay, here's what's at stake. The winner of this bet gets the permission to get the 1.0 tattoo on their bodies for the rest of their life. That happens live on the stream. We've got cameras. We will this will go down live here on the show. So that is going to be entertaining, and the losers are going to either have to shave or wax something. If it's Camp Juxta, you guys are shaving your heads, and
Me and Kahlo, yep.
Yeah, did we agree on the eyebrows? The eyebrow? Are we doing the eyebrows? I think you need all the help you can get.
Yeah, we're gonna.
All right,
Camp Juxta is enlisting the help of Nika.
All right,
and
it's official.
If we happen to
the
lose,
desperation?
Yeah.
If we happen to lose, I will shave my eyebrows. Not for 2 months, but just one shaving.
Just one shaving.
One shaving,
because that'll look hysterical.
And was Aniro gonna, if he loses, change to a potato for 1 month?
Yeah, sure. That's fine. That's
Potato
a pretty
person.
that's arbitrary. That's fine. I don't give a shit. All right. So if Team Aniro loses, my beard is gone for 2 months. Escalia, you're waxing your legs live on stream.
I can't wait to pull one of those strips off.
If we both hit 2,500 at the same time, everyone loses. We both get the tattoo. Everyone shaves everything.
That means everybody wins.
Shaves everything.
I already feel like I'm being punished in this just because I haven't been able to fucking shave my legs now in like a month.
Prove it. Show us.
All right. All right.
look at
Proof
that.
is there. The proof
All
is
right,
there.
he's
All
getting
right.
it going.
All right. Yeah. This would be good.
He looks so unhappy.
I fucking hate it.
All right. So that's if you want to participate in the bet, the rules are over at our website, limitbreakradio.com. And if you're wondering why that's...
I'll see your 10 and raise you 5 Ash Saber hashtag Company Row.
Ooh, got a little bit of a
Mary.
They're one-upping each other.
Don't do that.
This is great. This is fantastic.
See, now we're getting the Twitch fans to have their penis waving contest for our penis waving contest.
Yeah, because it'll be forever remembered on the show.
Everyone just wave your penis around.
Remember, donate Camp Nika accounts for Camp Juxta too.
Yeah, well, yes.
You can do that.
Yeah. So the reason... Okay, so we are definitely leading off talking about that because there's really not much to talk about in terms of FF14. God damn, things are looking a little bit grim here.
Have we gotten an official word on patch 3.15 yet?
Yeah.
Tuesday, bro.
All right.
Yeah, Tuesday.
All right. I wasn't sure if that was like the official, if it was like, well, they said before Christmas, so it has to be Tuesday.
No, it's Tuesday.
All
no,
right.
they definitely said.
No, because it could
for
be
sure.
next Tuesday too, technically.
No, we got
Oh, yeah.
maintenance.
No, it's
we got
No, the maintenance
Maintenance.
is definitely Tuesday.
Yeah.
in preparation for 3.15.
That is right. All right. And also, we want to remind you that after Limit Break Radio ramps up today, we will be heading on over to our other channel to do our brand new video game talk show, Final Encountercast. Dude, guys, we have set up so much for this episode. We've put a lot of work into this episode. Please join us over there at twitch.tv/Final Encountercast. Of course, a host will go out after this program ramps up, and we'll send you all over there. But please go over there, follow now, and be ready. This is going to be an awesome show. We're going to be talking about the Video Game Awards as well as PlayStation Experience and all the latest gaming news. And there's a ton of it. And we're excited to announce that we're going to be taking your calls, much like how we do here on Limit Break Radio. We'll be taking your calls live on the air, and we'll have instructions on how to do that over at twitch.tv/Final Encountercast. But if you'd like to call Limit Break Radio,
I got these cheeseburgers, man. I suck yo dick, man. Hashtag Team Juxta.
Thank you, Thor.
There's 20 in the bucket for Team Juxta.
Oh, those $5 increments. Here we go.
I suck your dick, man. Nice. Good reference.
I wish I could hear those.
You can if you open Twitch alerts, Nika. I think we've gone through this before.
That's right.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
On the show, actually.
It wouldn't go
think
through
we
my
did.
headphones. I have to mess with the budget.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so if you'd like to give us a call here live on Limit Break Radio, send a...
Dick waving for everyone. Here go. Myra, D hashtag Campanero.
20. Wow. You guys are creating...
At 2, Ash Saber, at 2.
This is creating so much work for me because I guess
if you say "oh" every time, I'll know that something's going through.
Well, yeah. Because I have to do that. I have to do that because on the show, like when I go back, I have to put these in by like manually. They're not recorded to the recorder.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, I have to do these all separately. So you guys are making tons of work for me right now. Nice job.
Don't complain about that.
All right. So if
you guys keep giving us money and it's making me work. Screw you guys.
If you'd like to call us on the program, send a Skype message to the Skype account Limit Break Radio, or if you're on a normal phone, give us a call 810-515-8715. Instructions are on screen if you forget. But all right, we don't have much of it, but let's take a listen, let's take a look at what we got in terms of Final Fantasy XIV news.
This is a Limit Breaking News Update.
I wanted a donation to interrupt that so badly.
Oh, that would have been kind of funny, wouldn't it? It would have been almost impossible to time. Although with my terrible, fucked up, stepped over walk up to that, they had plenty of time. Oh God, that was terrible. What the fuck? Mush mouth over here. All right, so patch 3.15 is scheduled for this Tuesday, December 15th. We, of course, went over everything that we are expecting in 3.15. We'll kind of give another overview here a little bit later on in the show of everything that we're expected to get. But that comes out Tuesday, I guess, the same day, actually, that this episode comes out. So chances are that we're going to try to time the episode release to the maintenance. So hopefully this is getting you through the maintenance time there. Also, Live Letter 26. More details have been announced about Live Letter 26. Now, this is interesting. They've announced some of the themes. Of course, they've linked the Twitch channel and everything, but the themes have been announced. There's going to be a Q&A session. Yoshi P will give responses to hot topics that are being discussed globally on the official forums.
I don't think so. Fool me once, SE. Fool me once.
Yeah.
I know what these questions are going to be.
Highly filtered and really boring?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There's going to be a patch 3.2 preview part 1.
Where they talk about the material we already know about.
Well, we'll see. There's going to be...
We're so jaded.
A special guest. Who's it going to be, guys? Do you get who?
Last time there was a special guest, it was that random voice actor dressed up in the Thavnarian stuff. So
they've had like weird artists and hey,
it's Hildebrand.
You know who it's not? It's not us. So you don't care. It's not going to matter. All right.
Oh well, why do you spoil it?
It's not us.
Now
it
no one's
could have
going
been
to
us, and now they know it's not.
Well, actually, guys,
now you don't have to. Now you don't have to waste your goddamn time.
It's a fake out.
And there's going to be miscellaneous announcements.
What about Lords
like
of Verminion?
The FanFest announcement, please.
As this is the final Live Letter of 2015, we would like to hear about all your most memorable moments of the year. So they are hosting a best moments of 2015.
Oh man, remember that time nothing came out for 5 months?
Yes.
That was memorable.
It was a whole year, not just the last 5 months. Whole year.
You can send a message to FFXIV_contest at square-enix.com. And we'll do our best to share as many memorable moments as possible during the live letter.
Even if they're in English, even the live letters in Japanese, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, somehow I doubt it. I don't know. I mean, it does. There is a section there for NA specifically. So I mean,
I bet it's going to be as successful as us reading all of our emails.
Oh yeah, definitely.
500 character max though.
Yeah,
but don't worry, the English section of it is going to be highly edited from the Japanese section. It's going to be very different, and Yoshida's not going to be informed of what the changes are.
Your nickname is required, and it's optional whether you want to include your world. The deadline is Thursday, December 17th, if you want to do that. And again, that's...
Should do it.
Yeah, be really cynical. Be really jaded like us.
We should send in some emails and see if any of ours make air.
No. I think that's
all of that Witcher and Metal Gear time in because there was nothing to do. Unfortunately,
let's think of some stuff that we could send.
All 5 of us should send an email and see if just one of us get on.
What are some more memories from this past year?
Good memories or jaded memories?
Yeah, it's like cynical LBR memories or happy memories.
How about just any memories, negative or positive, that stick out in your head?
That time that you caved to the casuals and gave them story mode and fucked your raid structure. I remember that time. That's a memory. Oh.
This is LBR number 2. Put these nuts in my dick canoe. Hashtag Team Juxta.
I'll take it.
Oh, thanks, Thor.
Oh, man. Thor showing some strong...
Baby Thor must not be with him today, I'm going to assume.
Yeah.
That or Baby Thor has the coolest dad ever.
Or dad is hitting the Guinness really hard today. I mean, that's quite possible. Let's see.
I don't really think I have any memorable FF14 moments.
No?
Like within the actual game. Yeah.
Within the actual game, 2.5 I think was memorable, right? That last long cutscene.
Hey, remember that time? Remember that time that Square Enix killed off one of its most memorable, lovable characters
Hildebrand?
and then unkilled them like a patch later. So that like when you play through it now, it's just all of the impact is taken out of it within 15 minutes. I remember that.
That was a good time.
I remember that.
Yeah. Do you remember that time where they didn't kill off the character, or they did kill off the character and then didn't bring him back?
You mean the time where they killed off like 12 characters and they're all still alive?
Yeah. Oh, I remember that too. I remember that one.
I think the only memory I truly have that really sticks out is Orshifant dying. And only because I was on stream and it was kind of a big moment on stream.
You know,
it wasn't for a Nero.
He's dead. You know what? He's dead right now. I don't believe that he's going to stay dead.
No, he actually has a grave, though. He actually does.
Oh, yeah.
And I found out that if you go visit his grave, an NPC comes up and, like, be all sad by it and then asks you if it ever gets any easier.
Turns out that NPC is just Orshifant in disguise.
I like the idea that it's his gay lover.
Yes, I do. We did say on the last episode that there were supposed to be some
nuances.
Yeah, Hearts and Farts was supposed to be
flamboyant,
a little bit more flamboyant. I was kind of thinking about this, and I was like, well, I want to know, like, from the players who have played that version of it, like,
we should ask Arthur's.
In what way is he a little bit more flamboyant? Because, like, if you play a female character, then it just kind of comes off as attraction to your character, right? Like, if you're playing off of his attraction to you, apparently. But I loved the idea of, like, your gay best friend, and then there's this guy that comes visiting his grave. You don't know who he is. I love that idea of that's his gay lover.
We should ask Arthur's if in his version of the game, if
like,
you go does he reference him as his lover?
What is it? No, I'll know. I guarantee that's not it. But I you kind of got to wonder, like, in what context is that?
Okay, so in that context, would be like the side hit for Hearts and Farts, and
the character just says like "Hello, old friend" or something like that.
Yeah.
Are you saying are we the homewrecker?
Yeah. I just want to, like, imagine, like, all the NPCs that are standing around in the room when Hearts and Farts is, like, talking to us, and afterwards are they like,
well, we heard that you're gay.
I mean, what do the NPCs talk about after we leave?
Oh my God! Can you hit that drop again? Just one more time.
Well, we heard that you're gay.
I love the piano behind. What is? I have no idea what that's from. That's hysterical. What the? You gave me a whole bunch. You gave me like 40 drops, and you were like, "Here, put these into the system," and that's all I did. I didn't even listen to any of them.
It was like 90.
That's amazing.
The piano really. Look, it's just like the gif of Fairbear slapping me. Kooky put like a piano behind it, and that really makes it.
Oh yeah,
that piano sounds straight up like the lesson that you learn at the end of every South Park episode.
Yeah.
I've learned something today. You're gay.
Adding pianos to anything only enhances the experience.
Oh, fantastic! Nice job. I'm excited to hear some more of your additions. All right, so I want to talk about something here that's kind of been bugging me. This has been bothering me, and I don't think I'm the only one. So WT Fast is a VPS, virtual private server. I think that's what that stands for. Basically, it's a service that will lower the amount of jumps that happen between your connection and where your game is connected. They announced that they are dropping the free service. They are ending the free service. And I don't know about anyone else, but for the last 3 weeks solid, sorry, VPN, thank you for the correction. For the last 3 weeks solid, I've been having nothing but nightmarish connection issues. Yep. And for where the game populations are at and how many people are actually playing the game, that seems insane. It's not, the servers are not slammed. I mean,
no, it's all over the place.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, virtual
90,002.
It's ridiculous. So I mean, I had to suck it up, and I bought WT Fast. And now, I mean, you know, I was aware that they had a free service. Juxta, you were using their free service, right?
Yep.
And how did the free service work? Like, they just made you kind of sit through a couple of ads, right?
Long ads. It was like about 2 or 3 minutes of ads and video ads, and just being assaulted by that farm insurance company, but in Korean.
That's awesome.
I can't believe, I can't believe that they actually weren't making enough money through their ad-supported model because they were pushing so many ads.
I don't think it has any idea or anything to do with enough money. It's like, look, now this is becoming an epidemic and people need our service. Hey, capitalism at its finest.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, that's just it. There was like 3 or 4 other ones but those were all paid.
Yeah,
only paid
models.
Fast
covers for a ton of things.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
does.
just FF14.
It does, yeah. But I mean, it does also specifically cover for FF14, which is nice.
I think that they are to be commended for their entrepreneurial prowess.
Oh man, yeah, just like
just
like the guy who raised the price of the AIDS drug. I'm sure that that guy, capitalism at his finest.
Future Batman villain,
bastards.
He actually lost out big time because there's some company that re-released a generic version for 99 cents.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He got
shafted.
Yeah, that guy's good. That guy's a fucking asshole.
But he lost 0.5% of all his profits that day.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, like, I'm told that this keeps happening because of like level 3 routing issues. That it is.
What's a level 3 routing issue?
I actually have no fucking idea. That's just the buzzword that people have been using. I don't know. I don't know dick about networking.
I think level 3 is like the actual network, like a company.
It's a certain part of the pipeline or something.
Yeah.
Like it's a particular
okay. I was gonna say worse than a level 2, not as bad as a level 4.
It's like
the enhanced Fujita scale of networking issues.
Yeah, can we put this on a color scale?
Can we get a Control-Alt-FU of?
Yeah. It's level amber, okay?
Yeah, I want to level amber. Oh my god.
Aren't those fun to get at 4 in the morning?
Wow, that was seriously. I'm catching flack for my jokes. That was a dark joke. My God, I was gonna say like we could have really interesting colors like polka dot or black watch plaid.
Candy cane.
Black watch plaid. That was a Harvey Birdman joke, by the way. Anyway, so I've been forced to use WT Fast. A lot of people have been complaining about network issues. There is an official forum post that is on the forums right now. So I mean, assuming that you haven't been banned from the official forums already, because I'm sure that a certain percentage of our audience, of our listener base has been. But here you go. That's a link to report latency-related issues that went up on December 4th, which is right around the time that I started experiencing significant problems.
Logging in the other night, I made the mistake of logging out in the gold saucer. It took me, no kidding, after I'd gotten through the character select screen, 7 minutes to be able to control my character.
Jeez.
Wow.
7 minutes.
I logged into Gold Saucer Day to get to the studio, and I ran around just fine.
It's not everybody, but it's really widespread.
That's the thing, is that it's not everybody.
Have you hit any of this?
Yes and no. Not I can log in. Okay, well, the worst I ever had in 14 is when I returned back to Idly Shower, and it'll my whole game will actually freeze for 10, 15 seconds.
Is that since your computer upgrade as well?
Yes, it
weird, because we're on the same connection.
Yeah.
So that's really weird that I haven't gotten any of it.
It's so bad. Well, it's not so bad anymore, but before the upgrade, it would freeze. It would have that window that pops up that says Windows has encountered a problem. Do you want to close it?
Is it better now that your fans function in your case? That you didn't melt your goddamn graphics card?
Yes, why wouldn't his fans be functioning?
Because you didn't plug them into the power source.
I didn't see that one. I thought it was a different plug.
What did you think it was too? What did you think that Molex?
I thought I actually plugged in the cords into the power supply. I thought those were the power supply cords for fans.
Well, remember, this is the same guy that didn't realize that, what was it? He had something in that he didn't realize was supposed to be plugged into the power supply.
That's exactly why I kept telling, when he for a half an hour, this motherfucker insisted to me that there is no way to plug in the fans. There is no. He was sending me pictures of shit, and I knew what he was sending me pictures of, and I'm sending back pictures going, it's one of these two things. And after 45 minutes, he finally fucking found the Molex connector to connect it to the power supply.
Nero was convinced that it was a SATA cord, and I was convinced that I did not have it. I was positive.
Because when I looked up the carbide case, it did say that it was a SATA connector, and my case has a SATA connector. So
I'm pretty sure my case had one.
Yeah, so
it's not. I have a Molar connection.
Molex. Molar. A molar. He has a molar connection.
Canine connection.
Holy shit.
Oh.
But okay, so I really kind of feel like these connection issues are really bad for the game. I mean,
no,
right now,
absolutely. But here's the thing, right? If it is level 3, if this is some other company, if it's out of Square Enix's hands, what are they supposed to do?
Nothing. I don't know what they can do, is the thing. And I'm not trying to hold them responsible. I'm just saying that this is, I think, when people talk about server populations being really depressed right now and player sentiment being at an all-time low, this definitely adds to it. Because it's the minute I start experiencing connection issues beyond what is reasonable, or there is just a hiccup and now it's gone. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done for the night. I'll go play some fucking Uncharted or something. You know what I mean?
Didn't you have an issue similar to this with FF11 in regards to Comcast, where they actually somehow blocked it specifically?
For years, yes. Oh my God, I had problems with Comcast blocking ports and throttling connections, and having it affect my FF11 service, where I would stay connected for an hour or 2 hours at a time, and then it would boot me off just long enough to boot me off of Play Online, which most of the time was long enough to screw me out of getting a drop. And it was just fucking infuriating. I've never experienced that in any other service that I've ever been at. And I mean, it's not just Comcast here. There's no one company that's responsible. When you start looking through the reports of latency issues, it's all over the place. From Fios, Verizon Fios is fucked up. AT&T is having fucked up issues. Comcast is having fucked up issues. It's not just one necessary region. But the thing is the reason that I want to talk about this, and the reason that I linked the forum thread, is I think more people should be reporting legitimate connectivity issues, so that Square Enix can try to figure out what the pattern is and hold whoever is responsible. Because I don't think we can do it as consumers, but they, as a company, whose product is being affected, and and it's probably not just Square Enix either, but I really want to encourage people to be really cooperative in this attempt to hunt down what these connectivity problems are.
And remember to be respectful. You'll get banned. If you haven't already.
I haven't had a single bit of lag problem at all, and like everyone in my static was like, "Oh my god, it's so unbearable."
What
and
about
Senpai?
Senpai? Is he doing okay
no,
too?
neither
Okay.
of us have had any kind of
Yeah,
problem.
you guys are lucky.
It's
Some
really weird
people are
because
really
it's just
lucky.
some people.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people, but some people are completely unaffected. But it's like a lot of the things in the game right now are tough enough to get the muster up to do.
I know.
And then you have to go in and you lag too. You're just like, fuck this.
I know. It is seriously. It just makes you want to. It does. It just makes you want to pack it in and say, all right, well, I'll just, you know what, I'll go play something else. And anytime that somebody packs it in and goes and plays something else, that they start investing in another game, especially another online game, dude, that is bad for the bottom line of this game.
I mean, well, other online games aren't being affected at the same time or the same.
Some of them are. I mean, some of them are. It just seems the pattern is so random. Kyros in the chat saying that League of Legends has had this issue for a minute. I mean, you know, there are reasons that services like WT Fast exist out there. There are reasons like that Ping Zapper exists. But you know, if we are cooperative in helping report these to the companies that were, then
we can find the pattern.
Yeah,
we can bring down the Illuminati.
Wow, no, but a wider sample does help when trying to pin down a pattern like that. So I don't know. Are you guys having having
issues?
Well, I'm asking not you.
Oh.
I'm asking the audience. Are you guys having connection issues? If you'd like to call the show, give us a Skype message at Limit Break Radio or call us 810-515-8715.
And if we drop your call, it's because connection issues.
Blame Comcast.
We did get Comcasted just before the show started.
Yeah.
That was a little bit terrifying. I was like, everyone, maybe turn off your Wi-Fi on your phones. Like, I think that we overloaded the Wi-Fi today. So Arthur's saying that JP servers have no issues so far. So
What a shocker.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, if you'd like to vent maybe a little bit about your connection issues, again, Skype, Limit Break Radio, or 810-515-8715. So let's talk about everything that we kind of know that's coming down the pike. We've got 3.15 that's coming on December 15th, the day that this podcast is released over at our website, limitbreakradio.com. And with that, we're going to get the new Relic Chain Animal Weapons, as well as the new side quest, Saint Endelim's Scholasticate. So here's what we know about animal weapons. If you've already completed a Zeta weapon, you'll be able to get an advantage towards an animal weapon of your choice.
Oh, that means I have 1 day left to finish mine, guys.
If you've completed, oh my god,
I have 5 Mahatmas left.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna do it.
If you've completed 2 Zeta weapons, you'll be able to get an advantage towards 2 animal weapons, and so on. This part of the quest will contain about 5 steps.
Oh, so basically, if you have
so if I only have
a
one
Zeta weapon, it's like they sort of function as a token to skip that first stage.
I think so, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Part of this quest will contain about 5 steps. The first, which is skippable with a Zeta weapon, Zeta bonus can be claimed for any job once per Zeta. So it doesn't, if you got your Relic Lance, then you are not locked into doing
skipping the Lance portion.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can choose a new choose a new weapon, is what I mean.
Yep.
So Geralt is going to be moving to Aziz La.
I didn't like that. I hate Aziz La as a zone. I think it's ugly.
Really?
I think it's pretty. It's just, it's just really big and hard to navigate.
I can't disagree with you more.
I think it's
interesting. I think Aziz La is like one of the most interesting zones in the game.
I think it's interesting. I just don't like looking at it. I think it's all like the red and yellow.
I'm with him. I think
Flying
Tulia looks
from
kind of
Alpha
weird.
Quadrant to Gamma Quadrant for Huns is the bane of my existence.
Yeah, I really wish they would have put him in Idly Shire, because one of my favorite things.
What? Shut up.
One of my favorite things in any kind of game is when you have that sort of that like growing base or whatever, right? So I think adding more things to that.
Rowena's already doing that. Well, you know where Geralt
but-
was before is so out of the way. I think he just likes to be an out of the way random.
Yeah,
all right, if he's in Aziz's Law, I hope he's in the farthest fucking corner possible.
Geralt is an introvert. Okay, he is
He's gonna be on top of the thing.
He's he's Final Fantasy 14's hipster, right? Like where
Better yet,
everyone is
guys.
going, he's got to go to the other
He's not
place.
nearly as
Guys.
cool as Geralt from The Witcher. And
What
every
if-
time I
oh,
say his name,
shut
it
up.
makes me sad.
What if
Because he's not the same.
What if Geralt is a wandering NPC in Oz's Law? How cool would that be?
you have to find him?
He just wanders
Fuck
around.
that.
You don't even get
not
like a
gonna be-
quest complete marker.
No.
You know, like go here
No.
to fix it. Oh, that'd
It's
be
not gonna
great.
be. No.
That would be
not.
great though. Admit
Oh
it.
yeah, that would be but no, they'd never do
awesome.
that.
He's gonna be on top of that big structure, and he's gonna channel the triad into his hammer to make your weapon.
To make his teapot. The
What?
ultimate teapot. That's the quest that he's on.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. So we have images of data mined icons as well as some concept images for possibilities of the Dark Knight and
All right,
Dark
so
Knight Machinist and.
I have a problem sort of with Dark Knight weapons, but mostly with the Astrologian weapons. As cool as like the Star Globes are, I feel like maybe it's because they're so foreign. You know, this is the first time they've really ever been put in here. But when I see it, I just see another Star Globe. Like there's never anything about it that seems unique. And with dark weapons, I kind of feel the same way because they're all structured. They all have this very like dark theme that they never really seem especially unique to me. And Nero, what do you think being a Dark Knight?
I really do like the greatsword a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I do like how it is kind of the model that has the shielding over the knuckles where you would be holding it. That's pretty cool. I also do like I think that looks like a hole in the center. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be part of the design.
Right.
That makes sense. Then it's a holy blade.
But I like that. I do like that aspect of
But
it.
if you were to just get that in a dungeon, you wouldn't think like, oh, this is so sweet, it should have been a relic.
Yeah, I would be like, wow, like that's kind of like a special one, yeah.
And
do you
the
think-
Theologian one looks cool though.
Callow, do you think maybe your opinion on that might be a bit skewed? Because I think daggers are one of the most varied in appearances.
It could be.
Like daggers are like they have crazy differences in their daggers.
That very well could be, but take his Ramu blade that he has, right?
That's
like,
true.
Like that's really sweet.
It is.
looking,
It is
you
really
know?
unique. Yeah, among the great swords, it is really unique.
yeah.
That's why I haven't glamored off of it. I have a ton of great swords, but I don't glamour off that one because it is really.
Yeah, and like I
kinda
said,
cool.
it's only a little bit dark. I think that Astrologian suffers from it the most.
Yeah, I
This one
definitely agree with you there. Astrologian, definitely for sure.
Like this one is black and gold and has like a sun and earth on it. I feel like this Astrologian one looks pretty unique.
What about scholars?
Really?
in
They
their books?
always do.
Oh, dude,
I think if they could get away from the whole card aspect of Astrologian and have like different floating things, like maybe floating balls or floating
might
stars.
be cool. Yeah, that
Man.
could be cool. Or even putting
Or
those on
floating
there
dicks.
with it. God damn it.
but you know what? I do legitimately really like the machinist gun.
Yeah,
the
machinist looks pretty cool.
The one with the triple barrel. It is so reminiscent of Trigun. Trigun.
Never seen
it.
No, Trigun is good.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that was legit. That's like one of the like 4 animes. that
Cue
I've
up
ever
the
liked.
Vash cosplays.
Yeah, right.
That sounds like some weeaboo shit.
You don't have a drop for that?
No. I don't.
yeah, you
We
don't.
don't have a weeaboo drop?
How do we not have?
We need
a
to fix
weeaboo
that.
drop?
I've never heard anyone say weeaboo.
We'll find it.
Yeah. And I would, I'd show off the data mined icons, but they're
Really
really
excited
tiny.
for
They're
the
really
dagger, though.
tiny. They're
The dagger
really
looks really
tiny,
cool.
and it's really tough to kind of make anything out of them. But I mean, all of them do kind of look, I guess, sort of.
no, the monk fists look dumb as always. Like freaking long plate things.
Oh, I hate when they. I'm going to give you that, monks. When they give you like long things, like what were those fist weapons that came out of the second crystal tower that looked like they were giant like engines on your fist?
Oh my god! I do
Yeah.
remember those. Oh yeah. So all right. The other thing that we're going to be getting with 3.15 is new side quest Saint Endelin Scholasticate,
AKA not Hildebrand.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that Hildebrand will probably be there, like right at the end, sort of like how he was
Yeah.
last time with the zombie thing. So,
What a cock block.
yeah. There is also going to be a relevant side quest called Keeping the Ledger. I'm not sure what significance that's going to have, but
Maybe it's an accounting class adding.
oh, that would be exciting for you, wouldn't it?
Or calculator.
I feel like that's kind of like there's something on the tip of my tongue that reminds me of balancing the ledger, keeping the ledger. Was there? There
There's
wasn't any
something in
kind of-
11 that was like that.
Was it
That had-
11?
that
There
had
wasn't
that had
some type of-
ledger in the title.
There was some type of quest in 14 recently that had something to do with that. Chat, am I just making
Quick
shit up?
Google.
I have
Same
no
concept.
idea. Yeah, you're just out there
There's-
flapping in the wind, homie. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, can't help
No.
you.
I hate when Callow flaps in the wind.
It's awkward, right? All right. There's going to be some minor quality of life adjustments.
No, that is a quest that already exists. Keeping the Ledger is a level 56 quest that already exists where you go into the Scholasticate.
Oh, so that's I see. So that's going to be the one to unlock it.
Oh, so you need
Yes.
okay.
You have to do that quest.
See? I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy.
They're talking about adjusting retainer jobs. It could be pushed back to 3.2. We don't know. And the Stardust Rod is going to be receiving a glow fix, apparently.
Woo! Hooray!
Glad we spent time saying those words out loud. The Starlight Celebration, the Christmas event, is going to be starting soon.
Oh my God, Rudolph knows.
They've data mined some of the rewards.
Oh my God, Rudolph knows.
One of them is a Rudolph nose to go along with the. You know what? The beard. The beard is fine. I'm
Of
good.
course.
Yeah,
Of course.
The question is, can you wear the beard and the Odin helm?
No.
Can you
There's
glamour
there's
the beard
white
black?
beard, and then there's the beard and hat that go together.
Which you can dye, it looks like.
Yeah, I hopefully.
So we can look forward to Juxta wearing all of
I'm
those.
so
Finally,
excited.
well, I actually did not see the beard. I'm legit excited for the beard now. I had
That's
not
a
seen
real
that before.
beard. So
That
here's the
that's-
question, because obviously you're going to be able to glamour your helm into the beard. Do you stick with the Odin helm, or are you going to an actual real beard?
Oh man, tough to say.
Dude, you're gonna have to dat mod your
can
helm
dye
onto
that
your
beard,
face
like,
so that
dark
you can
brown.
wear both.
Do
Do it. Look
No one
into
else
it.
will be able to see it.
But
They would see it on the stream.
Yeah. I'm showing it off right now. I'm showing off the data mines right now. So
We have the technology.
Yeah.
We can make you better.
And then we need to dye the beard metallic sky blue.
Oh, so there we go. We're gonna finally be getting Santa beards, I guess.
Long requested.
Wait, no, a girl's gonna be able to wear those too.
Of course they will.
Well, yeah, because women is like the high class of being able to glamour everything.
It's all right. You're a girl right now.
I know. That's what I had to do. I had to make ends meet.
Oh,
I'm not proud.
That's what you're telling yourself?
I'm not proud.
Okay.
I just do what I have to do.
Yeah.
Juxta, just own it, man.
All right, so that's a good segue. So we have a caller on the line. Leela.
It's
Wow.
a bad segue.
Holy
You have to say
shit.
that's a good segue.
Holy shit. Also, there's this version of like what is supposed to be an indoor Christmas tree furnishing sort of thing. Oh, whoops, I switched off of it.
Are we gonna do a holiday
Wait, I don't
decoration
see
for the studio?
Christmas tree. Where is
No,
it?
no. We're definitely.
Where's the Christmas tree?
It's not a Christmas. I mean, there's this new indoor decoration thing.
We need to get that and put
Well,
it
it has to be in
the
the. We have to put it in the
in
studio.
the studio.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, for our next show, it's just so close to Christmas.
You know we're full on items, right? Like we can't put any more. It's not.
Okay, well, guess what we can do? We can get rid of Ascalia's
Okay,
chair.
just for right now, take down one of the
I
wall
still have my chair
decorations
there?
and put up like that wheel above the door. Take
No.
it down for now. Put up the
No!
Christmas
No,
thing,
that's my.
and then just
We
change
need
it
the wheel.
after
Yeah.
Christmas. Change it after Christmas.
No.
No.
Whatever,
Bah
Scrooge.
humbug! Bah humbug!
Man, no Christmas spirit. Nothing.
Does that surprise you, Nika?
No,
No.
that's not.
That was the most resigned no
I was
I've ever
hoping.
heard.
I was hoping to get a little bit of something.
I would have loved to see a Nero been like, yeah, guys, let's do it. Let's decorate that studio.
But gotta get excited for the holidays.
Christmas
Christmas
time is here.
Are we seriously talking about this? Okay. All right.
Speaking of songs on the show, we have Leela of Sergeant Anus who wants to sing a song for us,
Oh, Leela, you want to?
as well as some questions.
All right. Okay. So you want to sing something? Let's hear it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to save that for the end here.
Oh,
real quick.
okay.
It's just a little surprise for Nika. But first off, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the what the fast thing going on first off.
Yeah.
My opinion of it, my experience of it, I started playing... I picked Final Fantasy back up like last spring. The spring before that. And I kept on having these issues where I keep getting disconnected every 15 minutes.
Like, are you talking full, like, 9,000, like, full, like...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
Yeah, it literally every 15 minutes. But I found out about what the fast back then, and I just started using like the free service back then, and it stopped it off. So after that, I just like, you know what, fuck it, I'll support these guys. So I've been paying for it ever since, and I've been using it to play.
No,
does it piss you off that you have to pay to use a service to play your game that you have to pay to play?
Yeah, that is kind of the crux of what pisses me off about that.
Well, I'm not pissed off at What the Fast for providing the service.
No, right. No, What the Fast is actually providing a really good service.
I'm more asking, are you pissed off about the situation?
Right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, and I think the responsibility is on the ISP. I mean, like it's not something that we as users can really fix, other than having to pay an additional fee for this service. And and I mean, I don't want to give WT Fast a total pass, because they've done this before. It seems like when connections, like when there is a massive problem like this is that affects multiple games and many people's connections, that WT Fast will yank their free service, and then they'll kind of arbitrarily start it back up if connections overall are seem to be better. That's I think what kind of bugs me about WT Fast is that they arbitrarily will pull their free service.
Yeah, that's the first time I'm actually hearing about this, and that does seem a little bit shady. But for me, it doesn't actually affect me, because I've been paying customer for like a year and a half now, so
yeah,
something like that. Next thing I wanted to ask about, I've been like retroactively watching some of the previous streams that you guys done, because I only become made aware of you guys a few months ago.
Oh, new listener. All right, cool.
Yeah. So I just got done listening to episode 35, specifically the part where you had, what was his name, Gordo?
Yeah, Gordo.
Gordo.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I like Gordo.
I can't remember his name.
Gordo. Yeah,
That's
Gordo.
his new nickname.
That's his. Yes, we're
Gordor. There we go.
No,
it's Gordo.
Go back to Gordo.
We'll call him Gordo.
Gordo's good.
Anyway,
I like that.
By the way, side note, real quick, Gordos are the things that King DDD throws in Smash Brothers. The spike guys.
The more you know.
All right. There you go. Trivia
I
for
had
today.
a question that's been burning on my mind.
Okay.
Where the hell did you get that auto-tuned Cat's fucking audio track? I cannot find it anywhere, and I want it as my ringtone.
Oh God.
Okay. Wow. All right. I will just for you. I will link it in the chat, because that guy is an artist by the name of Vladisław Nadishana.
Air quotes when he says artist.
No. He does a lot of music, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just copy and paste this into the chat there for you. But yeah, that is. Oh, whoops. Nope, that is not.
I don't know if that's gonna work, Nero.
Yeah.
Do you even paste, bro?
Sorry, I was trying to do that straight from Google without throwing the audio to the stream. But let's try that. All right. There we go. All right, there's the proper link. But yeah, Vladisław Nadishana, and the name of the
love song.
The name of the it's called Cat's Love Song.
Don't you disrespect it by diminishing it down to fucking.
Yeah,
those cats are making love. It is a beautiful thing.
Those were your words, or well, maybe not yours, but whoever's words. I heard it on the stream.
It is a that's like the Cats version of Let's Get It On. It's you put that on to set the mood, like some candles.
So when cats are gonna fuck, they instead of like Neil Armstrong, they.
I mean, he's using as much auto tune as
This is the Marvin Gaye of cats.
No, well,
instead of Neil Armstrong. What?
Yeah, Neil Armstrong.
Am I thinking
Louis Armstrong?
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah. There's a Neil guy. Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond.
Okay, that's better.
I mixed the two of them. My bad.
Yeah, but you mixed the two of them and came up with an astronaut. How does that happen? How does that happen? Wow.
Have you ever
Lance Armstrong. Jesus.
You can't even do it.
I just give up. All right,
there you go. Videos of people when they orgasm, like the rocket ship taking off.
That is the answer to your question. It's Vladisław Nadishana. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's the T-Pain of cats.
There you go.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Well, how did we get from A to B to C on that one?
Anyway, the only reason you got on the show today was for that song that you said you had.
Yeah.
So let's hear that.
We're waiting on the song here, buddy.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and do that. First off, I just want to mention I give credit to Van Ash of Ultros. He's his words on last week's episode inspired some of these lyrics.
Okay.
And there also will be a very vague reference to something that happened in episode 35, if you can catch on to it. But anyway, Nika, this is for you.
A lot of build-up here.
Oh, thanks.
All right.
All right.
He's serenading her.
Mm.
You're just so fucking perfect. You're a goddamn beautiful flower. You're a rainbow and a river. I'm frightened of your femoral power. An hero is an asshole.
Yes.
But you probably already knew that. A Nero, tell me why. You're such a colossal twat. You sit there and drink hard cider and call it, quote unquote, drinking. You're such a fucking Nancy. Are you lagging? God, don't be discouraged. You're swimming in a sea of virgins. Never ever gonna beat ya. Yours truly, hashtag Tinica.
All right.
Wow.
I've got my new ringtone.
That's impressive.
Can we get some bet donations for Team Nika?
Wow, that-
Come on, after that, wow.
Dude.
That was
I'm
actually
like
really
crying.
good.
Yeah,
That was outstanding.
genuinely surprised.
I think like we kind of lean back, like, okay,
Oh,
are we
the
gonna have to
build-up?
rip on this?
Yeah.
No, this is amazing.
Oh, the build up to it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take my earphones off, aren't I? No, that was
No,
legitimately
that- yeah.
good.
Outstanding.
Yeah, really good.
Not even kiss a dude.
I would encourage other listeners to call up and sing songs because there's no way that anyone could top that, but I want to hear you try. I really want to hear other people try. I think that would be fun.
I wish Saren would sing to me.
Whoa!
He's giving me the death stare because he has no idea what
Nero is no longer on the hot seat anymore. I'm no longer the one in trouble. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, good. Thank you very much for that call. Wow, that was super impressive.
How are you gonna top that call now?
I don't think you can.
I don't know. I think
we're done with callers at this point because I don't want to put anyone through the embarrassment of trying to follow that.
If you'd like to give us a call, Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715. Thank you, Lila. There we go. Mushmouth that. All right. So let's take a look beyond patch 3.15 into patch 3.2
So
and beyond.
we're talking like, October next year then.
God.
Let's not be generous now. Come on.
Yeah. Or let's not be cynical, guys. Also, hey, what's up, Mr. Happy? Thank you for the host there. So we're gonna have a main story continuation as well as new dungeons, most likely 2. I really 2. Can you hear the disdain in my voice? 2.
Square Enix be like, no, you want to know? You know what? Fuck that. We're gonna give you 1 dungeon now in Nero.
Oh God.
You don't even get a roulette no more. Taking that away too.
You guys think that we're gonna get Populimo and Yida at the same time?
I do because it showed them both in the.
They're the same person.
It showed them
I
both
guess,
at the end
yeah.
of the thing, and you know that they're like together doing whatever they're
I
doing.
hope what they're wearing isn't their new thing. Like,
No,
I know-
Tot, what's her face is gonna make it for them.
well, we don't.
Tataru.
Tataru. Yeah,
Tataru. She
Tataru.
did.
Wow.
She didn't
Tater
make-
tot.
Is this really how far removed we are from this game right now?
I couldn't
Nika,
remember her
did you
name for a
just
hot
fuck up?
second. No.
Did you just fuck up Tataru's name?
One of the most beloved
Holy
characters.
shit! Holy shit! This game is in trouble.
It's been way too long since I've
This is
seen her.
bad, guys. Wow.
She's not
Let's-
there allowing me for triple tribe matches anymore.
Let's
so
just
I can't remember her.
Just take stock
Which-
for a second.
Which, by the way,
Take stock for a second that Nika just fucked up Tataru's name. It's been so God damn. That speaks volumes for the condition of this game at the moment. My God, Square Enix.
okay, so my question: remember how when it said that she wasn't going to be available for Triple Triad, and we're like, oh no, nothing fucking happened.
Yeah.
Well, she's just off somewhere else.
She's just not there now.
Yeah.
She's a different NPC
But-
in the game.
But
so.
as I was saying, Tataru didn't make Thancred's clothes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He just
those
kind
are
of
made
showed
by
up.
I
in
didn't
his-
have
No,
clothes.
where
those
did
are
he
made
get
by the
those?
math.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
they
yeah,
were
yeah,
bought
that's
by
right.
the NAF by the Chocobo people. They're probably made out of Chocobo.
Yeah, he was just like wearing rags and shit, fighting in the wilderness until he was found.
Oh man.
He was like naked.
So we're also going to, besides new dungeons, we will also get a some kind of new trial. I know in the past that I've theorized that it's going to be the, what do you call it?
The Triad.
The Triad. Thank you. The Warring Triad. See how bad this is, guys? It's not good.
Okay, no, you know what though? That's just your medication going to your head.
Why? Wait, what, you don't think it's going to be the Warring Triad is going to have to play some big part in this?
You were messing up. You couldn't remember the Triad.
Oh.
And you were saying, you see, I'm so far removed. No, you're like that all the time.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. But
that's the tumor, right? That's the tumor.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I agree. The Triad, yeah. It would. I mean, it's essentially just going to be primal stuff all over again.
Yeah.
But it'll give it a new sense of direction.
It's going to be
well, not necessarily.
Big boss in a circle arena.
Well, yes.
No, but the fact that it's a Triad, I think it's going to reinvigorate it more. Like there's more at stake there than just another primal.
Yeah, the story is going to be revitalized in a better way.
We'll see.
I just want to fight Greg again.
We didn't get any closure to that, did we?
No, he's still
around. Didn't he say he'd be back?
Same thing as always. He says like, "Oh, we're friends now," and then it's like, "Or are we?"
He said he's going to be back, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. I think they did.
I thought like this is the last of me.
Yeah.
We should be seeing Alexander Part 2. Do you guys expect them to change up the raid structure or to reevaluate the introduction of story mode? Because again, I can't tell you how much I think that was a misstep for them.
I don't know. I feel like they might keep it through 3.x and then change it in 4.0.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Oh, man.
Now, hold on. Now, do you think that Square Enix thinks that it's a failure, or do you think that they're going to see the numbers of clear rates and be like, not bad, we did good?
Well, the number of clear rates of Alex 4 is like, Alex Savage 4 is very low still.
Yeah.
Compared to like all the other final coils before they release the next coil, like this is the lowest.
Okay, but you don't think they might attribute that to it being harder than coils or something? Do you think...
Hashtag Team Nika.
$1.25. Thank you, Akiyumi.
Thank you.
All right.
I was going to say, do you not think that they're going to see the clear rates for normal mode and be like, wow, this is a big hit. We should continue to do this because so many people are getting to see our content
Oh,
now.
God, no. Because because they crippled their end game. They crippled their actual challenging raid community.
I think it's going to rely not necessarily on how many people have cleared or not cleared turn X. I think it's going to depend on how many people are actually participating in Savage mode compared to how many people were participating in regular coil from beforehand. What they need to do is reverse the order. Release Savage mode first.
See, that's what I think.
Then release Easy mode.
I agree with that.
I don't know if they would necessarily.
They've got to do something, though.
Yeah.
They've got to do something. I want to just jump ahead here real quick to an email that we got from Torquil Rather Dashing from Balmung that says, several times on the show, you guys have suggested that clearing Alex Savage will be a requirement for entering Alex Savage 2. I do not think that this is how it will work. Rather, Alex Normal will be required for Alex Normal 2 and Alex Normal 2.
This is for you, Lila. Trespian. Encore. Also, hi, Nika. Hashtag Team Juxta. Hashtag Team Nika.
All right. Thank you, Melchiria. This allows newcomers and people returning to get into the raiding scene easier. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that that Torquil's onto something? That the requirement is going to lie in clearing just the story mode to be able to unlock the next tier of Savage?
No,
I think you'll have to clear A1 through A4.
Why do you? Okay, hang on. Okay, so we seem a little bit split. Kahlo, you're kind of vacillating here. I kind of just want to take a temperature. Juxta, why do you think that?
Because in the grand scheme of things, like the lore reason for clearing Savage is just the minstrel, so it doesn't really make sense to say, okay, you have to beat this minstrel thing before you can go into the next minstrel thing. It's just another song.
I would like to add on to that.
Compelling argument.
What I'd like to add on to that is because we have such a low clear rate for Alex Savage 4, and we're going to assume that Alex Savage 2 is going to increase in difficulty,
right.
I think the idea that they also have to clear Alex Savage 4 to get to the next turn would be more of a detriment to people, and that they're just going to open it up and let them go right in from the front.
In the next patch, they're going to add the Echo and put it in Duty Fighter.
True,
so it will make it more clearable.
Right. Will be clearable.
In addition to what Nika says, the story mode version of Alex 2 is going to provide gear that will make Alex Savage 1 easier to get through.
No, that's true as well, but I don't know if it's going to be a requirement. I'm not going to say one way or the other. I can see it going either way.
Nika, why do you, you're on the other side of this, why do you think that access to Alex Savage 2 is going to be dependent on clearing Alex Savage 1?
Mostly just, I mean, I guess I didn't think of it in the way of the
because it's always been that way.
I just feel like in terms of, they're not really deviating that much from the norm. And I feel like for the hardcore raiders, if Alex Savage, like turn 2 or whatever, I don't even know what the fuck they're going to call it. The next whatever of the father is going to be harder than Alex Savage 4. So why would they want to just throw someone into Alex Savage 5 without ever beating 4? First of all, that would make zero sense. The story, and like they said, the story mode will help you clear the original Savage. You're going to have Echo. You're going to have all that stuff. So basically, they're going to say, here, Alex Savage 4 is a lot easier to clear. Go clear it now, and then move on to the next set of.
And I really think that and not just to harp on the idea of incentives, but I really do think that if they do that really fucks their raid structure. I mean, it really, like, if you're going to have an endgame raid that is essentially one event and that's it, like that's your most challenging content for your endgame players.
Just have a difficulty mode in between story mode.
And hang on, wait, we got a donation. Hang on.
Everyone would be happy, and all the salt would remain at the bottom of the fucking ocean. Hashtag Team Nero.
All right,
Thor, come on.
Thank you.
He's got enough of a lead.
Thanks, Thor. I do like. I think that there's got to be a structure.
But when we talk about incentive for wanting to clear content, if they make it so that we don't have to clear AS4, no one's going to care about ever clearing it again.
I know. So, like, that's what I'm saying, is that it really screws their incentive for participation in any of their older events right in the ass. And so this leads to a bigger problem that they've had. By the way, thank you, Miri. That they've had for a long time. And that is that they're just throwing their old content out the window. Now, I feel like from Square Enix's point of view, they look at the entire wealth of content in the entire game to be able to judge how much content is going to be expected by the player base for the next patch. But the thing that they're maybe forgetting or not planning for is that they're throwing all their old content out the window. Like, we've got an entire raid structure that is pointless to do. There's no reason to do Binding Coil of Bahamut at all. If there was a reason to do it, if players had a reason to do it, there would be kind of more to do, and you wouldn't sit around saying, hey, this is a contentless game.
Right. Well, I just think from the stance of their difficulty curve, I'm like, Alex 2 Savage will be harder than Alex 1 Savage, but I assume Alex 2 Story probably won't be as hard as Alex 1 Savage.
I think that they've got to ramp up the difficulty of story mode.
I doubt it would be harder than Alex 1 Savage.
No, not Savage. It's not going to be harder than Savage.
Just from looking at your difficulty curve, you would go Alex 2 normal, Alex 1 Savage, Alex 2 Savage.
It's got to be a step up from Alex 1 normal, though. I mean, Alex 1 normal was such a dick roll that they've got to step up their game a little bit on the story mode. I don't
think we're going to get any more challenge in this game for the casual content. For the
low bar. Then they're making the game for the wrong player base. They're trying. I feel like if that's what you're doing, if you're going to concentrate on your content being structured like that and adding shit like Lords of Verminion, you're trying to attract people from outside into the game. That's not where your development should be focused. Your focus needs to be on retaining the people that you already have.
And those would also serve as your source of bringing in new players, because if they're having fun and not going to other games, they're trying to get their friends to play.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't think I would tell any of my friends to hop on the game right now.
No, it's abysmal at the moment.
Right now, I feel like the strategy that they've set with Heaven's Word and with the way Void Ark turned out, that's going to be about the level of difficulty for the casual endgame. And you know what?
And it won't be long before everyone gets really, really frustrated and stops playing altogether.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad, but it's kind of true. I think that people are getting really frustrated with this structure, and if Square Enix is smart and if they're reading their audience correctly, then I think that they've got some very important decisions to make in the next 2 patches. And let's not let's not entirely discount them, because they are making the adjustments to materia. They are bringing in the animal weapons in just a couple of days. So we have to look at the tasks associated with that and how they're redirecting us to old content. I think that's going to be a big key in keeping people logged on and keeping people playing. People are really not interested in playing right now. There's no weapon to be going for outside of the ones that drop out of these kind of dick smashing single encounters. And I don't blame people for getting a little bit fed up with that. I'm very fed up with it. I'm very bored with it.
Yeah,
that's why I'm not trying.
I haven't even finished getting all of my ESO gear. I still need all my accessories, and I'm bored of that. I want to feel
it sucks
at least
to say
like
that
I
too.
have. It does.
Yeah.
But I need to feel like I have more choices instead of just doing the same thing every single day for the same gear that I did last patch and the patch before and the patch before and the patch before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think that they were counting on Diadem to be that thing that broke it up, but it's just another thing to add to my list of tasks to do in the week.
Plus, with the latency issues that some people are having, you can't even do that.
Oh, I know. It's infuriating.
Again, isn't necessarily their fault.
It's not their fault, but I mean, I think that's adding additional negative sentiment to among the community at the moment. And yeah, again, they're not responsible for all of that, but they do need to do a couple of things to be able to address this issue of people just not caring.
I mean, we're barely a month removed from our last big patch.
Oh,
and it's the numbers should be higher right now. It's what I feel like. But you look around and it's like, where is everybody?
Right?
I'm pretty sure by the first show since that patch, after our reactions, we were already on the road to...
And I'm just like... Everyone's negative. Everyone's down.
I'm sorry. Isn't this exactly what I said was going to happen? That 3.1 is going to come out. It's going to be lackluster, and we're not going to be plugged back into the game until 3.2 when we get the next set of Alex raids.
I think both what you said would happen, but also what you said wouldn't happen because the no, because you're right.
I'm just trying to follow the
verbiage.
Yeah.
So what's the happy hap?
The what?
The happy hap.
The
What's
happy hap?
Happening?
Happen.
Okay, anyway, you said it was going to be lackluster.
Happen.
Yeah. Which it is. No one's really plugged into it all that much.
Right.
But you also said that they would continue on to the same sort of road that they are with events, and there wouldn't be anything new and exciting. Diadem was something new. It was in the realm of what we've never seen before, but it wasn't enough to pull us out of this slump.
Yeah, I definitely kind of agree.
Diadem is one of those things where I still have tons of hope for it because there's still a ton that can happen.
Yeah,
with
it is. It's absolutely an expandable system, and I like that. I like that about that. So, all right. Also, plan for the future. We've got the Beginner's Hall, which has been delayed from 3.1. Hopefully, we'll see that in 3.2. It will contain challenges for players to try to beat, rather than just having a dummy with a parser. DPS jobs will defeat an enemy.
Guild for high levels.
But there are other sources saying that there will be a dummy with a parser too. There will be training for healers and tanks as well. This sounds entirely different from the feature that we've kind of been hearing about in the past, which has been like, you can call up a specific phase of a fight.
But the way they talk about challenges, there could be one that's like DPS while avoiding what is effectively a dive bombs mechanic.
All right, maybe.
This could be something completely different too, because like what you said in regards to this mechanic was that you could actually take specific fights that you're working on and look at specific things, right? Whereas the beginner's hall, like Ascali just said, is more like getting you ready for specific mechanics that you might see.
Right. Well, I could see like if there is like a dummy parser. Let's say that there's like, just speaking from DPS, if they attached a couple of achievements, 500 DPS, 1,000 DPS, 1,500 DPS. Like, would you not just tell me people wouldn't just sit there grinding trying to get that DPS up to get the achievements?
Oh yeah,
and that's helping them become better players.
Yeah. They would be required to, because you'd be required to link your achievement in order to get into a fucking party.
Ooh. I kind of like that actually.
No, that's terrible.
I don't look at it that way. I just if I had that system in the game, I would sit there just trying to see how
Wait, hang on.
The idea that there's an achievement for attaining a certain DPS maybe. But the idea that you have to show this clear to get into our group to clear this, that's terrible.
Oh, come on. Now let's, quit being a fucking Care Bear here, all right?
That's not Care Bear.
That is so Care Bear. It's so Care Bear. I don't want people to know my shitty DPS so I won't get turned down for parties.
It's not even
that. There's a matchmaking system in this fucking game. You need, there should be a way to objectively prove to somebody who doesn't know your skills where your DPS is at if you're trying to join a clear party or a farm party. That statistic needs to be somewhere in the game that you can show to someone to say, hey, I'm good enough to join. Now, there are going to be some people out there who get really upset and say, yeah, but my number's not as high as the other person's number, and people are going to say no. Yeah, you know what? Someone's going to say no sometimes. But that data is really important. We've been shown how important it is by how many people use fucking parsers.
Right, for like a static group.
Exactly, for a static.
Right, if you're making a party finder group and you're requiring people to link shit, I feel like that's going to alienate so much more of the casual player base.
If that's how somebody wants to run their party, then let them run their party like that. Like, you can't. Why hold back the data just because some people might feel bad about the number that they can put up there? That's not my problem. The number is your fucking problem, and if you feel bad about it, get good. Okay. That's it.
That's so mean.
But the number needs to be there. Let people run their parties.
Isn't that what item level's supposed to be?
That is kind of what item level is supposed to be. So why is this different? Why is this different? Why does everyone hear this and get their nettles up and fucking get all butthurt about it? It's no different from fucking item level. There needs to be an objective number. Sorry.
So we have two objective numbers then. Why isn't item level enough then if it's the same thing?
Item level is different because item level is your gate for matchmaking. Okay, you do need a gate for matchmaking, right? Mm-hmm. But there is this arbitrary number that is shared among the community, among the players. There's no system that bars you from entering because of that number, but players can if they choose to. That is giving players choice.
And eye level, I mean, you can artificially inflate your eye level. You can get your eye level up easy without having to really try.
Yep.
And item level isn't representative of your skill at the game.
Yep. Sorry. I mean, I get it. I get it that people, you know what, people can easily label me like some kind of Final Fantasy XIV Nazi. You just want to put numbers on everyone and put them in a little box. But no, honestly, that shit gives you an objective measurement of somebody's skill without having to know them. And it will make party finders way easier because you're not sitting there having to
not easier because now they're going to be so exclusive that the random person's never going to get in.
Have you ever been
the random person can jump in matchmaking when they take the events and put them into the matchmaking system. And then no one can say dick because now you're all in there and you're all stuck in that.
Except you know how duty finders work. People are much more likely to stay for more than 2 wives if you join in the party finder. And everyone's on the same server. If you join in a duty finder, everyone quits after 1 wife.
Have you looked at party finder recently? That shit is dead, and that's not because of the game. It's because the system is not that good. If you gave players a way to utilize the system better and to what they want, because that is what we want. I think that's what players want. We want an objective gauge for our skill so that we can look at someone and go, okay, yeah, you passed the bar, you're good enough, and you don't get stuck with a donkey that fucks your whole party up for the rest of the night. Like, honestly, how many times does that happen?
No, you can easily link the highest DPS on the server, but does that mean you can dodge worth the fucking shit? No,
but it helps. It helps.
Right, higher DPS helps, but you can still clear content without the top tier DPS.
Right,
you do not need to be the top and have to link the top.
But everyone who's doing Party Finder isn't going to require top DPS. They're going to require a certain gauge. Like nobody, like when you had like those 3 people who would do party finders, like when Leviathan was big, they would say like, we're requiring eye level 190 or whatever. And it's like, okay, well that's stupid. But there was plenty of parties at the same time where like, okay, we require 165, 170 or whatever it was that you had to get in.
Out of us, how many of us have actually played a game where they have achievements for clearing the hard content that you could link that people actually required you to do? A Nero?
No, I can't think of one.
No, you haven't.
Well, you can do that. This is in the game right now. You can do that. You get an achievement for clearing A4 Savage mode.
Okay, but
you can link it.
But people aren't doing it enough to where they require that link. I played WoW for how many years to where that was an epidemic, and I guarantee you, it was a negative thing. Because look, the idea that they have some magical dummy where you get an achievement for clearing a certain DPS. All right, that's cool, okay? That's fine, because then you've actually earned that. But the idea that, you can't come to Alex Savage 4 until you show me an Alex Savage 4 clear, once that is clearable, even with, the Echo or better gear or whatever, doesn't mean that you earned it. You could have still been carried through it. So there could actually be legitimate good players who can't get into groups because they refuse to take you because you don't have the badge for it. And it's like, you can't get the badge if you can't go, but you can't go because you don't have the badge. That is absolutely
That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking.
What's going to end up happening?
We're talking about a measurable number that you can push up and down with your performance.
Hang on. That I agree on.
With your performance against whatever this fucking beginner's hall thing is.
Sure.
Okay, that gives you a measurable number for what you can put out for whatever class you are. Okay, that's not saying you need the achievement from clearing this event to participate in that event. That
I had mentioned that near the beginning of this conversation, though, and you said that would be fine too.
As Juxta just said, that exists now. That's not a thing that doesn't happen. It exists now. It's just not as widespread as it was in WoW. That's a community problem, not a system problem.
We can't link our achievements, though, can we?
I thought we could.
Yes, we can.
We can link our
you can look up other people.
You can look them up, but you can't link them in game to people.
Okay.
I don't think so. But if it comes with the title, you can put the title on.
That too. I mean, there are other ways to do it. People will always find ways to discriminate like that. And I think actually that would be a way to not discriminate, but to be able to say, look, like fucking how many times do you try to find or form a party finder, and it's like one person that fucks the whole thing up, and then you get out and everyone bails. I can't
not always relying on DPS either, though.
No, you're right.
I was in a Bismarck Extreme where a black mage phenomenally geared did not jump on his back to DPS.
There are always situations, but I'm just saying that this would help. I think this would help with Party Finder immensely.
And to make a point that with the WoW killing boss thing, that wouldn't really apply to what Nero is arguing for, which is an achievement for DPS. Which
I agree. Yes, okay. I think the achievement for DPS, which I came up with and was a great idea.
Eat a dick.
I think that could work, right? But the idea, because I mentioned something similar to that, the WoW thing, and he said that would work too. And I think that while it would work in some situations, it would lead to more alienation than anything else. But the DPS thing, I think is a more pure form of that.
Boo-hoo. I can give a shit about somebody else's alienation. Get over it.
I think the linking an achievement for clearing a raid, that's dumb.
Well, it may be dumb, but it's on the person who's making the party finder. I mean, it should be their choice. It should be up to them how they want to manage their party. And if they want to go, you don't meet the requirements, then
you have to have a black chocobo or you can't get in.
If it's fuck it, that's someone's arbitrary requirement. Why not? You could do that right now.
No femros.
You could do that right now. What's the difference?
No femros.
So, all right, we're looking at some potential changes to the battle system. Damage calculation for tanks is going to be adjusted.
Oh, really?
Paladin is fine. They'll be unchanged.
Yeah, Paladin. A Paladin gets a damage reduction. They're putting out too much damage.
But a defense increase.
Yeah, there we go.
That would be fair.
Don't say that.
They might hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna make that change now. You're gonna complain about it, and we're gonna bring this back up.
Yeah.
All right.
There will no longer you will no longer be able to overmeld primary stat materials. So strength and vit pentamelds are going out the window.
Isn't there an achievement for pentamelding?
Yes, and you have to get it to get in my party finder.
All right. So
no, hold on. I don't think you can pentameld the jewelry. I think you can still pentameld body and accessories. I think.
No, you can pentameld, just not primary stats. You can pentameld crit and accuracy and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Crafted equipment will have a higher base stat than it previously did due to the materia nerfs. Materia slots for substats will be added to tome and raid gear. No overmelding. And limit break, there's going to be limit break gauge adjustments. So I think that this is going to be a pretty big deal, especially with the crafted equipment getting a slight boost. There are a lot of people who figured out the wisdom of pentamelding, especially specifically for tanks. And it seems like this is a countermeasure to that, but also trying to
make crafting relevant.
Yeah, well, trying to incentivize other crafts to consume materials. I think that outside of the Zodiac weapon,
you didn't really use it all that much.
Yeah, you really didn't.
Trying to incentivize more choices too, so that way it's
Which
not
is
just straight up. Oh, give me all the strength, give me all the vit, give me all the dex.
That too.
All the int.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that this
Piety?
will actually make the crafting gear more of a horizontal progression choice.
I'd be surprised.
I do like right now. I do like having a lot of choices at 210. I think that this is right. I mean, it's unfortunate that the diadem is not as not as popular or not as populated as as it could have been, I guess. But I do like the amount of gear selection choices you have at 210 right now.
Oh yeah.
And I do, but I got to go back to the fact that I really do think that they need to introduce rewards that are a little bit more longer term. If you have your gear structure planned out for the entirety of your 3.0 patches, have some stuff that's available first that would be considered a side grade, or maybe even a significant downgrade because of the secondary stats on it, or something like that, and have that accessible early so people are really trying for that kind of stuff. We've talked about this. This is all built into the idea of incentives, and if you have something that stays relevant longer, people will be more plugged in to doing that content.
If it takes you, let's say it's going to take 5 patches for 5 full patches for all of 3.0, right?
Yeah.
So you start out like you said, in maybe the first raid, you get the leg pieces of whatever the final tier is going to be off of that boss.
Yes. Yeah.
Seeing that gear set from patch to patch slowly unlock for those like really elite people,
hell yeah,
it's going to drive you bonkers.
Oh, dude,
and especially and if they do make it so that they're sellable, and even if you're not bleeding edge endgame, but you have the money to buy them,
you have access to it. Yeah.
Oh
man, I think that's such a good idea. I can't believe that they haven't done it yet.
People were raged so hard that some asshole has this fucking item level 250.
Good.
And their legs are 165.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. You know what?
Fuck 'em.
You know what? Just like they did in Final Fantasy XI, when you saw the guy who has the pimpest white mage, who's always white mage everywhere, but guess what? He's wearing the fucking, I don't know, whatever.
End body.
The AF helm.
Yeah, the end body. There you go.
I never got that.
His fucking end body.
Never.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
My other thing with crafted gear being really good is that only seems to work when the items used to make it are incredibly hard to come by. Like, Scorpion Harness was an acceptable, awesome crafted piece because V-Claw was stupid hard to get.
You know what? That's even something else they could do that I think would work better. The
Diadem has those drops.
Nero came up with this idea as a way to incentivize more people into raiding, but I think that you could actually expand this, and instead of it just being one super rare drop from the final raid, is if you made it some type of crafting thing, and each of these different materials was super, super rare from a different aspect of the game.
Yeah.
One of these materials, has a chance to drop off of the raid bosses, right? One of them you can only get through some type of gathering at like the highest tier.
Some kind of super high fishing. Deep sea fishing.
Something like that. And you have to get all of these materials from these various, parts, and then find someone to craft them. Yeah.
That could work. And it's like you can't have the end gear, game gear be coming out of crafting if the stuff used to craft it isn't stupid hard to get.
And if you want to add on top of that, add some really expensive item that FCs have to buy that can only come from the FCs, and then you also have you have a common goal for your free company to work towards, even if it isn't being in a specific event doing it.
But that ends up creating favoritism within Free Company. We all know how well that worked out.
That goes back to
because I'm
Aegis
sure
and Yallarhorn Ownry.
Because I'm sure that's not there already.
Right.
It isn't, because there's nothing with that a free company can, like with relics, they're like, oh, we're going to get just our officers relics by pooling all of our dynamic
I'm
currency
sure that
into
there's
that
no
one
free
thing.
company out
There's
there
nothing like
where
that
somebody
exists.
gets all the drops first. That doesn't happen, I'm
But
sure.
there's nothing in this game that requires a free company to have that kind of organization system.
But shouldn't it? I mean, isn't that something that has been a defining feature of MMOs in the past? It's been something that's been hugely attractive about online games to me, personally.
And if you make all of the ingredients sellable, then it wouldn't matter. Because if there was somebody in the free company who felt like they were being shafted, oh, I'm not getting it first, Go and buy it yourself then.
The thing that drives me nuts
Minus
is
50 DKP.
why don't they at least try this? Like, why don't they at least try some of this stuff? And if it doesn't work, if it goes poorly, then figure out a different system. Figure out a way to adjust it.
What I've liked more about 14 is that it fosters more of a cooperative atmosphere versus a competitive one.
I just said that you have to have people who can mine, fish, do raids, maybe PvP to cooperate to bring all these things together. And you're saying that doesn't foster cooperation?
No. What I'm saying is, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I do like that the current game has a cooperative, but if you all of a sudden make it that only, one person's going to get this one thing and we have to pick someone in our link show, then all of a sudden there becomes drama, there becomes hate between the people in the free company. Like, that's just not what this game needs.
What we have right now isn't cooperative. There's just no competition, and that does not mean cooperative.
It's toleration.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about Diadem, if you think about hunts and the way that they attribute enmity and DPS for in terms of participation, there's nothing that bars your player from participating, but the rewards are structured in a way that you're not going to be getting the reward. You're just not going to be rewarded. You can participate, but you're just not going to be rewarded, and that doesn't
on an equal timeline.
But it doesn't actually create competition.
No,
I mean it does. It did in a slight sense for hunts. Although I think, and I had said this, but when hunts had come out, and I think I'm going to amend my statement, but I think that it created competition for people who had shittier hardware. Like, that's really all it did effectively, was that people who didn't have as good a hardware didn't get to the poll because no one would wait. That wasn't actually competition. It was just generating a lot of frustration among people who couldn't get there fast enough. That's not actual competition. Actual competition would be you get there, you get the claim, nobody else can fight it. And you're right, there is no competition in this game, and that kind of sucks. Because I do think that is a defining feature of online games and something that's been hugely attractive about other online games to me. Why I continue to play online games.
Maybe, but I like that I can pretty much, like anyone in the game is more or less your
Nika.
friend. Well, of course.
Everyone is on. Oh my God. How is this possible? Nika is an elitist Care Bear.
Maybe.
That's actually what she is.
I'm just thinking back to FanFest, okay, and how amazing it felt to be around people who are all just there because you love the game. Can you imagine if you're there and there's like 5 free companies who are at each other's throats and then you see each other in real life? I cannot see that being a fun atmosphere.
Oh, that would be... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That would be so much fun.
Anira wants to be Death Race.
That would be so much fun.
I don't know. I'd rather be
kidding
everybody's friend.
FanFest would not have been any different.
I'm sorry. Have you been hosting a different show?
You were here last week, right?
Right. Yeah. Like, you understand that it's my goal at next year's FanFest to get somebody to walk up and punch me in the face for no reason.
What?
Like, that is an active goal. That is like...
What if it's one of us that does it?
I don't... I mean, I don't think that would count. That would
okay. We walk through the door and we just turn and wham, lay you out.
I mean, like, I like that is part. That's like, you don't honestly think that tension and
no, I'm looking back to all of my
God.
experience in FF11 and how miserable I would go to bed like crying because of how rude and mean and ruthless people in my link shells were, and I absolutely hated every second of it. And now when I look at 14 and how many friends I make in this game, it's so much better of an experience for me.
And it is because everybody is on a potential even playing ground.
So this game is so much better. You have so many more memories from it, Nika, would you say?
Yeah, right. Like
versus Final Fantasy 11?
Right.
In terms of the people, yes, absolutely.
Okay, name one.
And just in my interactions
just
with
give me a memory.
And your raid group does not count. Like, you can't include.
Don't be
general. But the thing is, I met most of the people in my raid group through the game. I didn't know.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what memories from 14 do you have that don't include your raid group?
For example, here's a memory that I have from 11 as an example, and then you can give me one from 14. Okay, you guys remember Woza, right?
Yeah, sure.
The Messiah of Enmity.
I absolutely do.
His very last day on the game, a bunch of people got together. Everyone got naked, and we ran through Wajam Woodlands or whatever, seeing how far we could get before we died with him in the lead.
Yep.
He lasted the longest.
All right.
That's a memory.
That's that. Okay.
Okay. What if I say this? I can't necessarily give you experience, but I can give you like 10,000 negative experiences from 11, and I can give you 0 negative from 14.
Okay, but a memory's still a memory. Like, I can come up with negative memories that at
No,
the
but
time
what I'm saying is
fucking
those negative
suck, but it's
memories
nice looking
made me
back on
hate
them.
myself in college. I hated playing the game. I felt like a worthless person because there. I mean, you know how like
But none of those things were your fault. Why would you hate yourself?
No, that's the thing, is that I was led to believe that they were my fault because I was naive. I tried to be everybody's friend. I was so nice, and because of that, people used me and they messed with me and they fucked with me, and I hated it.
You're smarter
so now in 14, I don't have to deal with
fucking.
that because that kind of atmosphere doesn't exist in this game.
No,
and
you've grown up. Is what it is. Is that
honestly, in certain aspects, I'm pretty sure I would be the same way.
all of those shitty experiences that you had led you to being the person that you are now.
Final Fantasy XI made you the Femro you are
And
today.
the thing is I think honestly, I think that there are people probably younger than us, probably way more emotionally invested in this game,
who are going through the same thing in FF14
exactly.
that you did in FF11.
I think it has way more to do with age.
Oh, I'm going to pretend to give you this gear, and then as soon as you run out here, say, ha, just kidding, let's give it to someone else. And like, seriously, like that shit doesn't happen in this game.
Because you can't give gear to people!
Exactly, which is what you want to happen with
people!
Okay, hold on.
Exactly, which is what you want to happen with this
Guild doesn't have any value! You can't steal from anyone!
Guys.
Right, you
Nika,
want, but you're saying you want that to happen.
No, Nika, you have a great raid group, all right? You're all old enough, you're mature enough, you have priorities set up, right? Like everyone respects each other in your raid group. But we've had emails that have talked.
That one fucking guy that got blacklisted on the whole
server.
Yeah, because he had a freaking raid group that was trying to down something, and then their first tier raid group took members from him to make clears. I guarantee you that people are having.
11.
How do you know that?
Because you could walk around just by the color of the pearl next to your name, people would know who you were and what kind of asshole you were.
That's because of that's the game.
You are insulated in Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah.
You have no reason to know what other raid groups are doing.
You have no reason to leave your bubble. You can play this game
Just
almost
because
entirely
it's not
solo.
happening to you doesn't mean it's not happening.
Exactly.
Do we need to make a call for negative stories? People email us in your negative stories where you got shat on because Nika doesn't think it exists in this game.
Hey, Nika, do you remember when we PF'd Ravana that one night?
It exists in just a slightly different form. People steal from LS vaults or FC vaults all the time.
Right, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it happens so much less than in 11. It's
because they've structured it out of the game, and that also
right. And what you're saying is you want that structure back.
It
and I'm disagreeing
also
with you.
makes it boring. That's obvious. Everyone's fucking
for someone
boring.
like you who is the primal of salt, who wants to be salty and cause drama. I hate that.
They could bring it back in part. All right, things like H&Ms, like the Kings.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That would suck because you have other FCs going in direct competition against each other.
Exactly.
But for example, if they were to bring that back in a limited capacity where you get it from doing things like raids or PvP, I don't know how they put it in PvPing, or crafting or gathering, right? Something that you just do within your FC, they would be bringing all that cool stuff back, right? But you, Nika, would be relying on your FC, so you wouldn't get any of that negative stuff. It still happen out there because there are some FCs that are selfish and only go after themselves, right? But you actually wouldn't reap any of that negative.
But they should have the right to do that. That's the thing, is that's the fun of online games. That's you're Nika, you want less freedom in your online game so that people can have more fun. And I'm using air quotes when I say fun, because what the fun that we're talking about is this Nerf bat, no one gets hurt, everyone gets a participation trophy brand of fun that FF14 has been selling now for going on 3 years.
Not necessarily. I just don't think that
that's
the game,
what it is.
No,
That's
I just
what
don't
the
think
game
that the game
is.
should have a built-in way to fuck people over on purpose. Like if people do it because of their own drama or whatever, fine. But when there's gear rewards where like a leader of a free company determines the loot order and this is how you get it, and if you've only been in the free company for 5 months, there's no way you can get anything because everyone else has been in the free company for 8 months. Like if that's really the way that they're going to structure this game, like I'm out.
That's not something that is inherent with the design. People just fucking do that. That's something that's inherently wrong with people. And honestly, if you're staying in a Link shell that does it, it's your own fault and you should leave.
It made
like,
it made
okay,
that's
something.
that's
But then what happens
but that
is
was
you'll
an
be-
aspect of
people
11
fuck
that was
with your
so much more
reputation,
interesting.
Right,
Try to join
but-
another one. That's the same shit that happened on 11.
Something that I have never, ever, ever fucking got with people, all right? Gonna go a little meta here, but when people tell me, oh, I'm deactivating Facebook because I can't handle the drama, that's your own fault. Block anyone who causes drama, and you can stay there. If
But
anyone's
when you're on a server in a game, that's
if
not the
anyone
same.
is a dick to you, if anyone treats you like shit, remove them, and they can't do it anymore.
But that's and that's really the thing, is that, like, why do game designers need to find a way to restrict conflict or minimize conflict between people? That's just between people.
Part of what makes your experience great in a game is finding people you can have fun with. That should be one of the first things you do.
Absolutely.
Right, but when you join every endgame link shell on an entire server, and after so many months they are all assholes, what the fuck do?
Yeah, I guess
you jump
you move
servers.
servers.
That causes people to jump servers. Like, why do we blame the people who are being victimized rather than blaming the assholes? Why do we have to be the ones to block rather than
no.
they being the ones to
It's not about blaming the victims, okay? It's not about blaming the victims. You can't change the assholes, but as a victim, you can make steps to avoid it. And you're right, you shouldn't have to. You should not have to, but it's kind of the world we live in.
Not only that, I want to be an asshole. That's just my choice. I want to be an asshole. I want to cause...
That's a Nero.
But you want to make someone feel so bad about themselves that they want to switch servers? Like, who wants to do that to another person? No one.
If someone's mad enough, I mean, you know what? If someone's mad, if someone's mad enough, they can do that in FF14 anyway.
Right. But there hasn't really been too much of it outside of the occasional story.
I'm not talking about allowing griefing. I'm talking about putting in systemic choices that will allow for more competition. That's different. I'm not encouraging being a dick, but competition sometimes gets conflated with being a dick. Okay? And if you give players more freedom, they will have more fun. I believe that.
Competition between free companies, but when it becomes a competition within your own free company, that's when it becomes a problem. Because people will start to favor officers, people start to favor other things.
That's a great opinion, but you know what? The thing that makes online games specifically unique to online games is the fact that you have to deal with other people. The fact that you have to interface with other people. If it's a problem, go play The Witcher. It's not, that's...
But you don't interact with other people. If you want to play an online game to meet and have fun and play with other people, not go online into an online game to have high school all over again? Like, seriously? Who wants to do that?
You should go online for whatever reason is in your heart. Whether you're acting, whether you are, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're a 14-year-old kid that carves swastikas on everything and you go online and you want to fucking be an asshole to that should be your right.
Right,
okay?
but say you're someone who gets bullied in high school, you're the 15-year-old who gets picked on, you go into a game, you get into a link shell that's good for a while, then all of a sudden they're like, nope, we just don't like you, so we're going to give all of this shit to our officers, even though you deserve it, and they become the victim all over again. That's bullshit. And
that's life! That's life. People.
It's
I'm sorry. Hang on.
This isn't
hang
life.
on.
No. This is not life. This is a video game.
When you deal with other people, that is life. That's not an aspect of the video game. That is an aspect of life.
Online interactions are not rated and vary by chain.
I don't know what we're yelling about.
That's
okay. Let's take this back to the game real quick.
You can't.
Let's take this back to the game, Nika. Did you play during Abyssia?
Yes.
So you know the Empyrean weapons, right?
Yeah, but I never ended up going towards one I quit before that.
That was something that if you worked with your link shell, you could get very, very quickly. Right. But people could fuck you over. Well, guess what? You could also get that solo or in a low-man group. Our benefactor and her mother both had like 5 or 6 weapons by the time they stopped. So you could put something like what we're talking about into the game where your FC has to cooperate to get it faster, but that you could still theoretically get on your own. It would just take longer.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. That's fine.
Let me explain.
And that's not what you said before either.
Let me explain what I'm talking about.
Well, I did. I just didn't say that you had to have your FC to get it.
I'm not out there openly encouraging people to be assholes. I'm not out there openly encouraging that kind of behavior, okay? What I'm saying is that it's not contingent on Square Enix. It's not Square Enix's responsibility to find ways to put bumper pads on their content so that other people don't get upset. They should go with whatever is the strongest game design that they believe in. I don't know that they've done that. Their track record with this game shows that they're producing content with trying to think of fairness in mind. And I don't think that that's what you should lead with in an online game development environment. That's my point, okay? It should be an option for people to act the way that they are going to act, because online interaction is unique. That's what gives online games their uniqueness. Otherwise, they're just single-player games with a chat room, okay? That's not what I want. I want my actions in the game to matter and have some kind of impact beyond just this one character that I'm playing. And the fact is that Square Enix is finding ways to minimize my impact on you. And that is what I get annoyed with, okay? It's not an encouragement of people being assholes. What it is it's trying to encourage Square Enix to develop the game that is going to do the best in the market that we as players want. I think that that's fair. That it's saying, okay, you know, like the hyperbole about being an asshole if you want to, put that aside. I think that allowing people to play the game the way that they want to is a cornerstone of online games and online entertainment, okay? So that's, if I have to put a fine point on it, that's my point. I don't like the fact that Square Enix finds systemic ways to reduce the options for people and reduce the potential for competition.
But again, there's a difference between competition between free companies and a competition within a free company.
Yeah,
you know, and if something
you're
is
talking
so
about,
rare,
that's what I'm saying. You're talking about something different.
Rare. Yeah, I mean, but that's what you're saying is that there's something so rare that you can only get it through a certain way, and then the free company leaders, and you end up creating this hierarchy system of who gets what. Like that's the shit that like I don't want in this game.
Is if they make something that you have to get the ingredients from multiple things, that's something that would encourage people to work within a free company, but not something that would be required.
Think of it like pop items, like Sky Pop items. One person held a set of Sky Pop items, you went up and everyone fought the Sky Boss. That's what you're talking about, right? Is that similar to what?
Something
something like that.
Or being able to just bring all those things together and craft something.
But the point is that you have these items that are they're basically contained within the free company. I mean, you could sell them, you could trade them if you want, but
you yourself could have them in FF11, it would be the equivalent of, you know, getting a Merc group. Hey, I have a set of pop items.
The way that FF14 works is that everyone needs to receive an item upon completing a thing, and that's the part that I get annoyed with. I was looking at
as crafting items. These are the 3 items that are crafted to make this 210 piece. That's the way I saw it.
Well, you could go that way with it too. All right, so
I think after that whole tirade, we could use a palate cleanser. Are we all in agreement?
Yeah.
Okay. Caller Mercuria.
Hey, Melcuria.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Is this call going to be a little less tense than last time?
Yes, I am.
You're gonna. What can you express disappointment in today?
I actually have some disappointment that I want to express with Melcuria.
This knife cuts both ways, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Melcuria, we received an email from you, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it calls some people out specifically, and it says hi to some people and blah, 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 blah. But nowhere in that entire it's a huge email.
That is a long email.
Was my name mentioned at all? How come?
Still butthurt.
Okay. I legit sent that email, and then 10 minutes later, I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting someone. And then I realized
the new number 6.
Melcuria.
Wow.
He doesn't even get a number.
Wow.
You cut me
deep. I'm going to apologize.
Dude, you're forgettable.
You cut me so
Congratulations. Kahlo the Forgettable.
Thank you, Mercuria.
As small as my heart is, you still managed to find it and cut it in half.
All right, Melcuria. If you're not going to express your disappointment, what do you have to share with us today?
I had a memory from
11?
This year.
Oh, this year.
Oh, okay.
It was actually around the time that I met a few good friends of mine. we decided to run Karn hard mode, and I told them I was going to tank it, and we were in a Skype call together, and I told them, okay, don't worry about this, I got this. And 10 seconds later, I fucked up the pull, died, and we wiped, and I basically went, I don't got this, and it was very.
It's like that part in the Uncharted 4 trailer. I got this. I don't got this. Yeah,
pretty much, and that basically like sparked like a really awesome friendship, and through this person I've met other people that have basically made this game a lot more enjoyable for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
That would be a great inside joke too.
Yeah.
And considering how I think it was like around the 2 years ago that I used to be on Adamantoise, and there was some FC drama bullshit that went on, and through the fact that I was associated with some people that were involved in said drama, they kicked me out of the FC, and that's why now I'm in Sargatanas.
There you go.
Well, you see, in this
it still
case,
happens.
In this case,
you worked out for the best.
Yeah, it was a good thing.
Yeah.
You ended up where you should be.
Again,
Exactly.
but it was. What I mean, I don't want to pry too much, but was the drama based just around people's personalities, or was it based around a mechanic within the game?
It was based around the fact that they were in a static, and the static did not work out.
That they sucked.
And
I don't know, like I
Nika,
I wasn't in the same static with them.
People,
that was the thing. I knew these people. I was friends with these people. They were in that static just by themselves because they wanted to do endgame. I didn't want to do endgame with them. They ended up pissing people off for some reason, and because I knew them, I got kicked out of the FC with them.
Guilty by association.
Yeah,
you know what? People who are going to make choices like that, you don't want to be around anyway.
Yeah, and that's why we said, you know what, fuck this. We're gonna go to Sargatanas.
And that's why.
Hey,
look at that.
Yeah, you know what?
Fuck these assholes. Let's go on a server with more assholes.
Balmung then? Balmung? Yeah, Balmung.
Yeah,
I saw a great
AIDS.
little image the other day that said, Trump isn't turning people into racists. He's just showing you who've been racists all along.
Good point.
Okay, so when stuff like
Good
this
point.
happens, don't feel bad.
And that's
These
what
people just didn't suddenly become dicks.
Yes.
They've always been dicks. You just haven't been on the receiving end of it.
That's exactly what my point was, is that, like, you can't change people even if you put as many Nerf pads and bumpers on your systems as you want. Like,
people will find a way to be an asshole.
Exactly. Because people are people. Not
and I agree with the Nero with the fact that we actually do need more competition in this, because competition does not equal being a fucking asshole.
Exactly.
Being an asshole equals being an asshole.
Exactly. Yes, that's
How
exactly
you deal
it.
with these assholes is entirely up to you. If you want to be around them, if you want to just kind of like ignore them and just do your own fucking thing, that's good for you.
Right. Yeah. Can't agree with you anymore.
I'm sorry, Nika, but I'm sorry that things like that happened to you before. It's absolutely fucking dreadful, and I really wish that it didn't happen. But sometimes it does happen, and how you deal with it is basically how.
It really just depends on what kind of competition is put into the game. Like, people were in the chat were talking about how bosses drop tokens for everyone to build their weapons, but what if a boss only dropped like 5 tokens? But I was like, but I mean, what if a boss only dropped 1 token and the loot master just started giving it to the same person 10 times in a row? That's the kind of competition we don't need.
But we had a version of that, right? We had a version of that with the upgrade items in Crystal Tower.
We had it with Leviathan.
Exactly. Right?
No, Crystal Tower was a catch-up system.
But still, though, you had the spirit of competition. People were competing against each other for that drop, right?
But it wasn't made in such a way that a leader could just pick one person to get it and not let anybody else get it. That's very different. Everyone has a fair and equal shot.
You're
very different.
Nika, you're erecting a straw man saying that there's going to be some maniacal leader that's going to seek to take all of the drops and give them to only the people that they want.
No, I've actually had a
that's what happened in 11 is what I'm saying.
I know that happened in 11, but there are enough systemic changes that they've made in 14 where that is not a legitimate argument.
Right, which is what I'm saying. Like, why do you want that back?
I don't want that back. I want competition back. I don't know why you're jumping to that automatically means that people get to assign loot.
What I'm saying is it depends on the competition. That's all I've been saying this whole time. The type of competition is nice.
And what I've been saying, Nika, is that it depends on the people. It's the people that determine that, not the system. Square Enix is trying to make it the system that helps determine that. And they've made enough changes to where they don't need to keep finding nerf-bat ways to make everything accessible. The fact that everyone gets a Makai whatever thing at the end of Void Arc is an exact example of that. They could have made that a single item and made everyone compete for it. Instead, they decided to make the choice to make it drop to everyone.
I like that one though.
And fine, because you suck. But the thing is that is indicative. If that's the indicative of the way that they're going to keep structuring incentives and structuring upgrade items, I think that that's wrong. I think that that's fucked up. And again, a simple change as small as making it a single drop and people compete to roll on it is exactly what I'm talking about when I say competition.
And another big thing to keep in mind, Nika, is we're not saying that everything needs to be changed across the board to be like this.
Right, yes.
A mix of both sides is fine.
Yes, a mix of both. I think that is also important.
What was it like playing jobs where people actually wanted the gear?
It didn't matter. They all went to the leaders anyway.
Guys, guys, Malkyria was supposed to be the palate cleanser. You just brought it back up.
Yeah, right.
Malkyria,
she brought it back up.
You have one more thing you wanted to do, right?
All right.
Well, are you going to sing to Nika?
I'm going to preface this with a really, really big apology to Aniro because this is going to sound...
Don't apologize to him. What are you doing?
Because of Lila, I was actually inspired to transcribe a song just in time for the holidays.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
And
very.
Don't worry, Carlo. I did not forget you this time.
We had talked about doing a limit breaking music on this episode because we didn't know if we would have enough to talk about. I think the listeners are imposing a limit breaking music on us today. That's really interesting. All right, Malkyria, take it away.
Okay. You've got Juxta and Carlo and Scalia and Nika. The bet's going on and who'll get all the karma. But do you recall who's the biggest asshole of all? He's known as our Nero. He's the elder primal of salt. And if you've ever heard him, you could even say he blows. This is a shout out to you, so we can laugh and call you names. We can't let Team Aniro win in his own fucking game. Let's help Juxta win this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And save Carlo's ass. Sorry, Escalia, you were doomed. All because of Aniro's sass. I hope you love this ditty. And sorry as a shout with glee. This is for the LBRmy. Let's go down in history.
Wow!
I love it, yeah.
Holy crap!
I love you.
Oh my gosh! How?
Wow.
How did we get two actually really good parodies in one episode?
She just made that after
Amazing.
she heard
So you just wrote that in the last hour.
Incredible!
We have the most talented audience on the internet. Wow, that's amazing.
Incredible.
Great job.
You know how many shows would kill to get calls like that?
That's awesome.
I have to say it again. Gotta say it again.
Yeah. Thank you, Malkyria. That was a great song. And you have any shout outs to wrap it up?
I have a shout out for my in-game husband who's sitting on the studio with me right now. She lives on the other side of the world, and she got up at around 4 a.m. just so she could make it here with me.
Wow.
Great. How do you two feel about polyamory?
I mean, are you offering?
She didn't say no, guys.
She asked, "Are you offering?" Answer her.
Yeah. She says.
Yeah, that's just got weird.
Was hoping you'd say no.
You had to make it weird, Kahlo. Thanks.
To be fair,
this was
Scalia made it weird.
You know, no, Malkyria. It was a weird call the last time Malkyria called. She shamed me the entire time.
That was not a weird call at all.
We went through a really fantastic call with her great song, and then you had to go and make it fucking weird, man.
Awkward.
Yeah. Thank you, Malkyria. Thank you for your call, and have a good one. Shout out to Malkyria. What a
Can we get an LBR t-shirt that says, "How do you feel about polyamory?" And it's got the Kahlo flirt on it.
That's pretty good, actually.
That is a good one.
All right, so here's some stuff to look forward to. By the way, Wolves Den 2 is coming at some point. There's going to be a new map, new system, season rankings with ELO-like matching.
Let me 1v1 my friend. That's all I'm asking.
Hey, wait, hang on. I actually hadn't heard of this, but they mentioned it a little bit later, that it looks like they might try to introduce PvPing in housing zones.
Dueling,
yeah. 1v1
that would be fun.
That would be cool. I like that idea a lot.
You could like set it up like you said in housing, right?
Yeah.
I think it means in the residential area.
In the residential area,
yeah. But it gives people
I wonder if inside the house too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Inside the house, you could like set up like an arena, like how they had the glam shows and stuff.
That would be great.
It'd be like WWE.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Ghost, if anyone from Ghost in the Link show, there's your next big event.
LBR
Do
Fight
it.
Club.
Yes.
This is happening.
We're doing it.
This is happening.
Hold on, we need a house.
I will become the FF14 Tyler Durden. It's going to happen.
But we need a house.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have enough
you have
money.
A benefactor.
Yeah, we could have a house.
Me and CERN have a house. Maybe we'll rent out part of our house.
It has to be a big one, though, Nika. Are you in a mansion?
No.
That doesn't count then.
Nika, come on.
Okay, so stuff to look forward to. There is no confirmed timeline for any of these features. These are just kind of offhanded mentions. That
we'll see them next expansion.
So apparently a spectator mode for Lords of Vermintide.
Yes, exactly what I want. To watch other people play a game I refuse to play.
It's going to be so great.
I wonder, so all 0 people are going to watch all 0 people playing?
Yeah, they're trying to turn this into like esports, and it's like, yeah, but you have to have a good game.
Development time.
So Nath Beast Tribe dailies are going to be added.
Oh, that's cool.
Continual additions to Idleshire. That's good.
Like maybe saving that guy who's falling.
Yeah. That guy's
poor
screwed,
guy.
man.
Poor guy.
That guy's built, all right? He's got some arms on him.
There's just going to be a tombstone now, like on that cliff next patch. And a lot of people are going to be like, the fuck is this
in memory of Guy.
Nameless guy.
Yeah. Let's see. They're going to add the ability to change your eye and skin color via the statistician, so you don't have to use a Fantasia.
How does that work lore-wise? You go to a beauty shop and they paint your skin dark?
I have a
It's called a tanning
bordering
salon.
on racism here.
Magic.
When I Fantasia'd Juxta into a cat girl, I chose the wrong tail, and it is just driving me up a wall. I feel like I need to pay another $10 just so I can fix it, because it's like kind of like the fat one that gets thinner. I just need the thin
that one's
one.
awful.
I know it's so bad.
Can we go back to regular character models just if for no other reason to just mark the release of the poster? The poster is amazing. It's at the printer now. By the way, if you haven't seen our poster that was done by Max V, head on over to patreon.com/limitbreakradio. You can check out a preview of it, and if you give at a certain level, you can receive that as a poster. We're also going to be putting it on t-shirts as well. That's exclusive to Patreon. The only way that you can get it is over at patreon.com/limitbreakradio. Check it out. It is so super cool. And I feel like we should, just in honor of that, we should at least go back to normal for a while.
But I'm racially fluid.
Jeez.
Good Lord.
Oh my God.
I'm not touching it.
No.
No.
Okay. All right. Let's just leave that one alone. All right. Job-specific achievements, like the tank mount. So, I guess.
It also says, for like all jobs now, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily say it's going to be mounts. It just says job-specific achievements.
I don't know. What kind of awards would you like to see come out of that? Because I feel like even if they were to try and do mounts for everybody, at this point Dark's already suffered from it, just a recolor.
It's going to be terrible.
It would just be recolors of stuff, which, if it's something that's not a mount yet, I'd be more okay with.
Yeah.
Like,
I think if there were more job-specific glamours that didn't require you to buy like 10,000 100 gil worth of augmented things to make happen.
I could see it maybe being titles obviously would probably be in there.
But there's already titles.
Yeah, we already
from
have
just, like,
titles.
Yeah, I know. Well, but for tanks, like you get a title and then you get the mount.
And a mount.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
so-
meat shield.
There's
You
gonna-
could
yeah.
get a title and then the final
meat
one,
axe, you
The
would-
shadow meat.
the shadow meat. Oh my god! I think what would be cool is if they included your reward was a glamour like whatever your job is from like classic FF.
Can we just get more dick joke titles, please? Is that possible? Like more just innuendo titles?
The white meat.
The Rogan and sausage. You guys remember Gulkin sausage from?
Black mage would be the black meat.
Oh god.
Oh goodness.
Wow. Okay.
The black staff.
That's pretty good. That's not bad. This is gonna. I have a feeling this is gonna rustle some jimmies. That this does not have a specific date or that this isn't slated for a specific patch yet. But Summoner Eggy Glamours
They've been talking
They've been
about that.
I know they've been talking about it forever, but like, shouldn't they? I feel like that
How
should
does that
be.
not have
How,
a day on it?
how
yeah.
hard is that to really do?
Seriously, that should be 3.2. I mean, honestly. New Grand Company ranks, eventually. They've been talking about that forever. So
And we'll come with an ability to train NPCs to fight with you in dungeons.
That
so
sounds
like
cool.
It's straight out of 11. It's
right,
the
but
trust system.
But in dungeons, does that mean you can like queue up with your NPC friend, or like what does that mean?
Sounds like that
or
to
do you
me.
get to have like a fifth or a sixth person?
you know,
in
Or an eighth.
man, you know what would be cool, Nika? Remember from 1.0 when you had to make your best buddy that was with you for a
Yes.
quest line? Wouldn't it be cool if they just brought them back? Like,
I miss
you
my
had
lesbian
like that would be
Mikote
fucking
friend.
amazing, right? Like that would touch me in my heart.
Especially if they did it in a way to where the quest was like, there's this calamity survivor who's like
Yeah!
lost their memory.
Yeah!
That way it makes sense for you guys, and then it
Dude.
also makes sense for people who weren't in 1.0.
I would
And
fucking
it was
love
really
that.
cool because I mean, not only could you like get, because I mean, me and Saren would do some of the main storyline quests
Yeah.
together, and not only would our characters show up in the
But your
cutscenes,
buddies would, too.
Each other's buddies would show up in the
Yeah.
cutscenes too.
I bet.
It was
I
really
bet
cool.
it might actually bring a tear to a Nero's eye.
I bet.
If in the cutscene they looked up and they're like, a Nero?
Yeah. I don't
is
even,
that you?
I'm not even sure that I would recognize them at first. It's
Uh-huh.
one. It's,
I
it's,
would.
oh
Mine
my
was
God.
a Mikote Black Mage or a whatever Thaumaturge. And the thing is that she was awesome because she made so much innuendo about how we were both women. And she would make so many sexual innuendo about that I just can't.
I remember you've said that before.
Right,
Yeah.
I just wonder if I was a man, like how the comments would be
You know,
different. I mean, she would say
so
things
you
like,
wonder how the comments would be different now that you're a Rogadin, right?
No,
You totally just said because you're a man.
No, what?
You
That's
did.
not what I said.
No, if she was a man.
If she was a man, that's
I heard
right.
that
said
she was
if
a
I
man.
was
no,
a man character.
no, but
Like,
but
I
she
mean,
plays a
would say
Rogadin.
things like,
So.
since we're
thing.
both of the fair sex, aren't we used to arriving at the same time?
Oh, wow.
She said things like that. And I was like,
That-
well, I mean, in terms of like arriving at the camp, but the way she would wink at me when she'd
Yeah,
say it or
yeah.
whatever was
See,
like,
Tanaka gave no fucks by that point.
That's what I'm
he
saying.
did not
like,
care.
I love.
I was actually going to
More
say
innuendo.
when you first started talking about that. I was going to say, well, our chocobos, those are our companions. But I actually like this idea.
It's so good.
And even harking back to the companions that we got, which is probably the precursor to the trust system in FF11, where you could like summon them with your little link pearl thing.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
I honest to God, I would be so into like if they brought back your old NPC buddy. Oh my God.
God, what was it called
cool
in 11?
'cause there
Your
was a lot of
adventuring fellow.
personality.
Yep, adventuring fellow.
Adventuring fellow.
Yeah.
so many different personalities and looks and jobs with them. It was really neat.
And I mean, they give those same kinds of personalities to your retainers.
Yeah, and as long as they still kept that data, that everyone from 1.0 should still have that. And I mean, they'd have to introduce a way for players who weren't in 1.0 to like, I guess, create a version of it. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they would do for 2.0 players that didn't experience the 1.0, but that would be such a great callback for 1.0
just go along with what Anir or what Kalos said with the like,
Or just make it random.
Here's a random calamity survivor lost their memory, and that if you did have a person before, they would have a couple extra.
Well, I was going to say the fact that their memory was gone, you could go on like a little quest to help them regain their memory, which would be, and the choices that you make would determine what their personality was.
This is so much better than. Oh my god! I want this. I want this. Oh,
Spectator mode. Hall of Fame.
Are you not entertained?
All right, so they want to add a bestiary, free company alliances, add-on support, as well as free company summons. This is
what
all.
does free company alliances mean?
Well, this is all just stuff that they've kind of talked about in the past.
Concepts that they maybe don't have fully formed, but they're just kind of tossing out ideas.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like a lot of these were just offhanded mentions of like
Free company
this is...
summons were mentioned in 1.0, man.
Yeah, that's true.
That's been a long.
But wait, hold on.
Still on the back burner.
Wait, who gets to have those summons and use those? I don't think that's a good idea because this could start to spark competition within a free company.
Or within other free companies.
No, it was mentioned as it being like if there were more open world NM type of things that your free company could summon a summon to help you fight and stuff like that. But that never really took off.
No, it definitely
competition
didn't.
is bad, Nika.
So,
I said.
in terms of future battle adjustments, job-specific limit break animations for Limit Break and
would
Limit
be
Break
cool.
2. That would be cool. I'm into that. Nerfs to instant death mechanics in certain fights, like Titan EX and Twintania. That's like not even.
Why?
Well, hold on. See,
a lot of those instant death mechanics are no longer instant death mechanics anymore.
And even if they are, it's not like they're not recoverable.
I was going to say, that's the thing I was wondering. When they specifically mentioned Titan EX, do they mean getting hit off the platform?
No, the only instant death I can think of is someone's in the jail when you like switch phases at that one, like from the heart to the final. If they're in the jail, they instantly die if you don't clear them fast enough.
Right.
That's the only one I can actually think of.
Right. Yeah. Let's see other adjustments. Nerfs. No, I'm sorry. Practice mode for raids. We're not entirely certain whether or not that would be attached to the practice system we were talking about earlier. The reoccurring FF boss Omega will appear eventually. So
I thought we were supposed to. That they mentioned, or wasn't Omega mentioned somewhere in 3.0?
That's Omega Weapon, which is different from Omega.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Yeah, Omega is a callback from Final Fantasy 1 and 5 when they were just super hard side bosses.
Oh.
Isn't like Ultima,
You don't, I was going to say,
Weapon
yeah. Wasn't Omega Weapon just like an extension of that? Like Omega evolved into Omega Weapon?
What's beneath the
I thought that was supposed
Omega
to
Weapon.
be
Underneath,
Omega Weapon.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have
Underneath
thought that
where?
Omega and Omega Weapon was the same thing.
I think it's had one offhanded reference.
Yeah,
but up in Oz's Law, a Proto Ultima appears, and I feel like people got that confused, assuming that it was
it was going to be Proto, or that it was going to be Omega Weapon or something.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we do know that it's there. It's underneath the Cartno salt flats. So whatever. Crafting buffs to specialist actions, and for gatherers, fish not sensing something is amiss during a mooch. I don't know what that means. Those are all. I don't know what
a
any
mooch is where you catch a fish and then you can use that as bait to catch a bigger fish.
It's only when you catch high quality.
Only high quality.
Do that. Yeah, only high quality lets you do that.
Oh, okay.
Fishing endgame RNG.
It's kind of metal, you know.
Hey, here's something that should have spectator mode.
Yeah. Okay, so adjustments to PvP. They are talking about introducing a spectator mode, which I think would be very cool.
But why not just play yourself?
Well, no,
Lots of people like to
what would
watch.
the benefits be of
They're
a
all
spectator mode for
voyeurs.
PvP? Just like learning from it?
I would love to do a Limit Break Radio sponsored PvP event where we're doing color commentary on other people playing PvP, and at the end, the thing that you win is you face off against the LBR crew.
That'd be cool.
I just designed an in-game event based off spectator mode.
So you win a tournament and then get to dominate.
Well,
Why don't we just do that with Verminion? We know that's coming in 3.2.
God, no! Can we not do that? Because
it's a really short tournament. The two people that will play will just fight each other in the final.
Exactly. But no, I mean like that would only work on Twitch if you had something like a spectator mode. But they're also talking about introducing official tournaments. That would be really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yes. PvP skill point allotment on a per job basis. in 8v8 Wolves Den mode, and gaining FC credits from
Oh my
the
god,
Wolves
all
Den.
of this sounds like the fixes to PvP we've been wanting.
Yeah, a lot of that's a lot of really good, encouraging stuff for PvP, but there's no time. There's
in the lull between patches.
Especially because free company credits, forget it. I mean, there is something that you get from PvP that affects you outside of PvP. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding. Incentive.
Exactly. So they will be introducing Garuda and Titan minions, crafted dyeable racial gear, and cat ears, probably from the gold.
So what if I wear cat ears? What happens?
Although.
You have 2 sets of cat ears.
Oh boy. They are talking about making graphical upgrades for the PS4 version to go along with that extra core that they just unlocked, or the extra RAM that they just unlocked. Furnishing that can display equipment. That's pretty cool.
Oh, mannequins. I've been asking for it forever.
Yeah, mannequins. Yeah.
That is a really good idea, Carlo.
Thank you, Juxta.
Thank you for bringing that to Square Enix's attention.
Yeah, that was a really good idea, Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah,
Way to
exactly. They brought chairs over. There's finally chairs in 11
You
now,
know
by the
what
way.
else
It's weird.
I'd like to see,
Yeah,
Juxta?
there's chairs.
Holy shit.
You know what else I'd like to see, guys?
What's that?
That
I
you can
would
actually sit on?
No.
I would like to have like a little
Of course not.
wyvern
This
pet.
is Final Fantasy 11.
What are you kidding?
Guys,
I just stepped all. No, you know what? We heard you. We just stepped all over your joke. It's okay. You don't need to repeat yourself. It wasn't a good one anyway.
I want a
It
wyvern
really-
pet.
it really wasn't good.
See, he repeated
No,
himself.
sorry.
We totally skipped over the part that said jukebox furnishing. Earlier, higher up, it said there'd be a jukebox. We can play music in our houses. That'd be sweet.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be into that.
Yeah,
actually.
higher up in the
It
outline.
better
we
have
skipped over
all
it.
the songs
So-
from the soundtrack available.
Better
yet.
You have to go around fighting enemies and they drop CDs.
Or
and you
can
put in
we
your
put in?
jukebox.
Can we put in Malkyria and Lila songs into our jukebox?
Yeah.
In order to unlock a song, like for example a Primal song, you have to beat that Primal.
It's called YouTube.
Oh,
That would be cool,
God
though.
damn
That
it.
would be
That is
cool.
good. Fuck, that is good. Shit.
And there's incentive for getting the Alexander music. You have to clear. Alexander.
By the way.
No, it's a better idea. You have to get the card and put it into the
Oh,
jukebox.
God,
Oh my God, shut up.
almighty. Kahlo, you definitely need to thank Nika for redirecting off of your bomb of a joke that we encouraged you not to repeat, and yet you did.
About wanting a wyvern?
You hack.
Just stop. Just stop.
I will smack your face off of your face.
All right.
I don't think you would.
Let's see.
Bear would.
It'd take her 5 minutes to warm up.
Let's see. They do want to include functionality to moving to a different plot. Workshop status included. Message board feature, which I'm not sure why.
What that means even?
I don't know why. I mean, like maybe leaving little notes a la Dark Souls.
I mean, I guess if it's a free,
like I don't know.
or if it's like a free
weird.
company house,
Yeah,
then
I
you
don't
could like talk about like future events that your thing is hosting rather than having it in your free company
all
message.
0 future events that you're hosting, because there's no events like that to do, because Square Enix doesn't want to encourage competition.
Unless you're
Friday
Ghost in the
night
Link
PvP
Show.
Oh my
tournaments.
Unless you're Ghost in the Link Show.
Are we talking about like
Yeah, that's
slash
true.
LS mess?
Yeah,
Is that what we're talking
there you go.
More than one at a time.
There you go.
More
yeah.
than one at a time.
Additional housing wards to be introduced, and housing wards inside Ishgard. I don't know if that's 100%, because I think they were split on whether or not to introduce housing wards in Ishgard. But there's some other stuff for some quality of life. Buying multiple jumbo pot tickets at once. Chocobo racing adjustments. Cross server matching for Lords of Verminion and Triple Triad, because Lords of Verminion sincerely needs it. Ability.
Yes. I didn't realize it didn't have that already.
Ability to vendor items directly from retainers. Succubus,
love that.
Succubus and Ultima horns made dyeable. Bunny tights to keep the tail as white when dyed. Beast Tribe vendors like the Ixal and Vanu display your current rank rather than the last rank unlocked for new items for sale. This was confusing to some people. Entering Crystal Tower with less than 24 players, which I still can't believe that they haven't introduced that yet. Gold, red, white, and they already have the Magitech mounts. Getting the same cannon action. That's what
They
it
get
is.
weapons.
Yes.
Very important.
Free company credits from completing dungeons and trials.
Okay. Yeah, that's
That's cool.
A thing already
I like
too.
that.
I don't know why that's not a thing.
Yep, and being able to queue with your chocobo out.
Yes!
Thank you.
Yeah.
But again,
It'll
this will
never
probably
happen.
not be in
Yeah,
3.2.
It will never happen. It'll never ever, and it'll never happen.
Just don't worry.
It'll be.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it won't.
Hi.
And then is stuff that's under consideration. LFR.
Looking for raid.
Oh, I see.
Which we already have.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Well,
the.
I
I guess that's why I was confused. I was like, Party
it's
Finder?
different.
Okay.
I mean, Party Finder is different because you're trying to recruit other people, whereas you know how in 11, if you wanted a party, you'd flag up and people would look
That's
for
called
you.
Duty Finder when they put it into the fucking Duty Finder.
Maybe what they mean is like a random looking for raid. Because right now you pick which one you want to go into. This is just
like a raid roulette.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what the roulette is.
Yeah, raid
isn't it?
roulette.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Recipes for turning shards into crystals into clusters.
Oh, that's nice.
Rotation practice mode, which again, I still think that's attached to the other thing. 1v1 duels in housing areas and custom hot bars for PvP. That's good. I like the custom hot bars thing. For equipment, long skirt yukatas.
That would require a lot of graphical adjusting. That's probably why it's just...
Shields for older primals that don't have any, like Ifrit, Garuda, Titan, and Mog.
Titan has a shield.
Tonberry knife glamour for paladin or ninja.
What? You can get the kitchen knife now.
Wait, what?
Why is paladin on there?
I don't know.
Because they had
I want a
daggers
little
at some
pokey
point.
Stick, that's why.
You can go doink.
I do. The blood sword for Dark Knight. That is a pretty cool sword. Vanu costume like the snowman one. That's pretty funny.
Oh my gosh.
Making achievement crowns smaller.
These things are so ugly being as big as they are.
They kind of are. Other ear animal glamours, and this kind of got me excited.
Yeah.
Imperial armor, like from
That
male
would be pretty
Gaius.
cool.
From Garleans?
Yeah.
That's under consideration. It's not going to
Yeah, I would love to see that. Not for like the whole set, but to have those pieces in the possibility for glamours. That would be amazing.
Just from a lore perspective, it's like, can you imagine walking around in Garlean armor? They're like, we should be killing that, right?
Where did you get that armor? I killed them.
I killed them and took it.
I pulled it off of Nail's body.
Right, yeah. Let's see. In terms of mounts, there's been talk of a Dommel mount.
All this stuff sounds like...
Will apparently sit on his head?
Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, ride on his head. Exactly, yeah.
All this stuff sounds like stuff that we wish and we want, but apparently it came from an official source somewhere. Question mark?
Lalafell should ride the head. That's the only one that should ride the head. Oh.
Awesome job, guys.
Oh, thank you. That doesn't get
Thanks,
attributed
Miss
to...
Pardolia.
Yeah, thank you.
How much was that for?
Scared the crap out of me since I opened
Sweet.
that thing.
Oh, nice. Let's see. Alexander 4 music for the Gobwalker mount. Beast Tribe theme for Beast Tribe mounts.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. Mount action for the Sanua mount. And making Fenrir a flying mount. Really?
That's only under consideration. Why can't we just do that?
Odin
It's because no one's going to buy Fenrir because who uses mounts that don't fly anymore?
Yeah.
No one. If we want people to spend
That's
MVP on it,
true.
make it fly.
I want a turtle, and a turtle doesn't fly.
I
turtle is in the
also
game.
heard somewhere that they were considering making the turtle fly too.
It's a magic floating turtle.
The only way the turtle could fly is if it deploys like a balloon and it's like a hot air
No, it
balloon.
just
How awesome
spins.
would that
It
be?
just spins in circles as fast as it can, and you
Yeah.
just get really dizzy.
Oh God. All right. Let's push through the last bit of it here. Housing, outdoor furnishing, allowing you to get onto the roof. Dyeable outdoor furnishing, allowing you to change the color of your lawn, like carpet. Preview function for furniture. That is important. I
Yes.
can't believe that they don't have that. Furniture that interacts with minions. Furniture based on gold saucer minigames. And
Oh, that would be cool.
and plants in the garden not wilting during maintenance. Okay.
Oh, that would be
learn to
what-
plant.
what? That doesn't. That's,
I was actually
That's not
thinking
fair.
today. I was
That's not
thinking
fair.
today that it would be really cool if like your yard actually grew, so you could see who hasn't been logging on and going to their house. They just have like weeds that are like high.
There's like a tire and a like broken down car in
And
the
it,
front.
and it just takes one person coming in and clicking like on the lawn to reset it back to normal.
Hey, I'm really sorry. I can't make our date on time. I've got to mow my digital lawn.
Hey, I'm sure that's happened over Animal Crossing before.
No, like if you leave it too long, you get like a message from like Ulda saying that you're getting fined because your lawn looks like
does
crap.
not need to be FF14 Animal Crossing, where they yell at you if you don't mow your lawn enough
Yeah.
and there's weeds everywhere.
Yeah.
They think you abandoned them. Your retainers that sit outside your house start to think that they have abandonment issues.
It'd be a way to show people who are looking to like maybe pick up a house that's about to go back on market which ones they should be considering.
Actually, That's like
this look on his face, he's like, damn it, it's not bad.
I mean, you have a point.
It's feasible.
You have a point.
No, but then that's not as much competition because when they all go up all at once on Christmas Day, you can see who is crazy enough to
And we
win.
can't have competition in Final Fantasy XIV.
Well, no, but I like the idea that your neighbor's house, if they don't take care of it, can kind of make the entire neighborhood look a little bit like shit.
So you get the guild value of the entire district.
Exactly. Yes.
Property values are plummeting in Limsa Lominsa.
Right, but just in Ward 2. That's
Actually,
it.
that would be cool if like the area is starting to kind of become overgrown, that the properties become worth less.
See, more choice.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I like the idea of like this FC that bought their own house and it just looks like crap now because the two plots on either side of it look like crap, so they're saving up to try and buy those two houses too.
I like this. This is fun.
Okay, you see, we're gonna
This
come
will
in.
never happen,
This is
guys.
coming 3.2, and then we're gonna be all complaining that they had like overgrown lawns
Instead of actual content.
Instead of like 5
We need to stop
bosses.
giving them an idea.
You're
We need to stop
absolutely
it right
we
now.
would definitely complain about that.
All right, and then a couple of miscellaneous things here. Magic Prism cauterize the dive bomb marker in T9. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's all it says.
What?
Nice note. Thank you, whoever wrote this. Adding voice to the Huzzah mode and possibly nerfing the difficulty of achievement fates.
Oh, because no one's doing them.
Yeah, because there's like 2 people in them.
Yeah, they are hard. I mean, like if you...
Yeah, they are hard,
Yeah,
and since everyone's
legit.
done them, no one does them anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's pretty much everything that is possibly being considered for development. We do these shows all the time where we look at basically a summary of everything that's been stated in interviews and tangential sources, secondary sources, stuff like that, and put it all into a big summary. We did this a lot in 2.0, like taking a look ahead at what we might be getting in the rest of 2.x. Well, this is what we have a look ahead for 3.0, for all of 3.0, what they have proposed. I have to say, this seems abysmally small. I mean, I feel like there was a lot more being proposed in the 2.x series of patches than there is laid out for 3.0.
Well, we also have to realize that there's certain stuff that's going to be in this that just kind of goes without saying, additional dungeons, more raids.
Quality of life stuff.
Yeah, this is all just like quality of life stuff that we're hoping to look forward to. And there could even be things that they come up with as they go forward that they haven't thought of yet that they put in there.
Right, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. But all right, if you'd like to share your thoughts with the show, you can give us a call at the Skype account Limit Break Radio or 810-515-8715. Do we have someone on the line?
We sure do. We have Roaring Raccoon from Leviathan.
Hey, what's Roaring Raccoon?
Roaring Raccoon.
Rawr. Rawr.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I actually I wanted to bring the show back to when we were talking about Alex, but before that, the Magic Prism thing for Dive Bomb, it's referring to those like fireworks and stuff that appear above your head. They're making one to make the symbol. This is what it was.
They want to make that. What did they want to make it though?
Like an item that you can use?
Like a minion?
Yeah, like the firecrackers that you use, like
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
When that happens, like 5 seconds later, like Twin Tiny should just come and dive bomb you.
That would be hilarious. That would be so
have
fun.
one of your friends on the mount just fly by.
Or if you have, because there's a pet from
I get it.
From the Verminion game. If it's out and you do it, she dive bombs you.
Yeah.
Or tries to.
That'd be pretty great.
All right. So
you said something about Alex then.
Yes, Alex. The difficulty curve that you guys were talking about. I think that to bridge the gap between Savage and Story, I think the last floor or turn or whatever you want to call it in Story should be not as hard, but approaching the difficulty of the first turn of that Savage like section to help people get into Savage, and it then like it'll make it easier for someone to go from doing Story mode and like being like, oh, okay, this is what Story mode is. Let me step it up a bit and get into the actual raid, and I think that would open it up to more people.
I think you're right. I mean, I definitely, they said that the point of story mode was to prepare people for Savage, but I also think that Kala was right in his assessment that if you do Savage mode, if you introduce Savage mode first, then that's properly, like, that seems like you won't get these players who just do story mode and then kind of blow off Savage mode when...
I was one of those people.
I was absolutely one of those people. I was not one of those people in the last cycle, in the 2.x cycle. I was active in trying to find a static. I was trying to pug raids all the time. And, you know, like, that is not happening in this cycle, and I think story mode has a lot to do with it. So if they maybe brought out Savage mode first, that I think would be structurally a little bit better way to do it, because didn't they wait till 3.05 to put in, or no, I'm sorry, it was like
about 2 weeks after normal mode.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it would be a misstep to introduce them both at the same time. And I do think that Savage needs to structurally come first. So.
Well, then if Savage comes first, then you have a problem with, being 180 and going into Savage would have been a huge detriment and nobody would have been able to clear it. Like, that 190 gear from story mode helped bridge that gear gap that Savage definitely has. There's a huge gear gap.
I think that was their original reasoning for it.
Another thing that you'd see too if you did that is, you're right, there probably wouldn't be a lot of people that were clearing Savage at that point. Except for the world firsters, obviously. You'd still see them. I think there'd be a lot more competition and a lot more down-to-the-wire stuff. But it can be done because World of Warcraft is one that's been doing it.
Here's the thing. Is that I sort of feel like, you're right, Square Enix did come up with that structure where you need the 190 gear to be able to make the run at Savage. But I also think that's where we got the artificially inflated DPS checks and the other frustrating mechanics that are happening in Savage. Right? Because they wanted to have, they wanted to say you have to have statistically this amount of DPS to be able to advance. And the easiest way that you can do that is through damage calculation through gear. Right? So, you know, like, performance only does so much. It's really the gear that does it. So if they retune their raid to go, okay, that did not work. Like, that's what I think they need to do is react properly to this latest cycle, this latest patch cycle, where
Which
it seems
there's been signs that they're doing.
Yes, you're right. But it seems like nobody's happy right now. I don't mean to speak for anyone, but it seems like there are large swaths of the player community that are new, that are ongoing veteran players that are just not happy with progression. And Square Enix needs to take a fundamental look at why that is, right? So if you retuned your raid to not have such extreme DPS checks, then that's not a requirement. I do understand that 190 was a requirement for Savage, but I don't think it needed to be. And with how transient that gear ended up being in the end, there's no reason why it can't be structured the same way that Crystal Tower rewards were sort of structured, where they were like a step back for the people who didn't want to put in the work on Savage.
Make it catch-up gear instead of stepping stone gear into the raid, is what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And if they tune the fights properly, it doesn't make that normal mode gear, that story mode gear, necessary to complete.
And hopefully we'll get that, because first of all, with the way that they did the extreme Thoradin fight, you know, they said that wasn't about being DPS checks, right? And as we've seen,
Thoradin is the perfect fight in the game right now. I love that fight. It is a mechanic fight. It has its DPS checks, but they aren't super hard. I think that's one of the most well-balanced fights they've done, and if they go forward with the next Savage at that level, it'd be perfect for me.
I think the fact that we're seeing pugs clear it, but there are still, you know, link shells that are not struggling to clear it, but working on clearing it, like Nika, shows that it's at like that perfect level.
What are you talking about?
Well, Sam has cleared it first. That's all that matters.
So
that's all that matters. The pug hero beat you, and the fact that
don't even. It has way more to do with time available to play than anything else.
Oh, she has a life.
Here we go.
And the fact that
here it goes.
They're going back and making changes to certain insta death mechanics. I think shows that going forward they've sort of acknowledge the idea that this has to be more based on skill than just straight up.
I think you're right. DPS. They have acknodged that. Yeah, acknowledge.
You're welcome,
but are they going to do anything with it? That's.
Well, I don't know. Do they ever do anything with eggs?
Wait, we're talking about eggs?
Well, he was talking about egg knowledge, so.
That would be exciting.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of egg knowledge at the Scholasticate, I'm sure.
Yeah, you would think so, but the yolk's on you.
Hey, look at this guy.
Just shelling them out there, aren't you?
All right. Roaring Raccoon, I do believe that this is the first time you've called into the program. Do you have any shout-outs to give before we let you go here?
I actually don't know if anyone in my FC also listens, but to my...
Well, you should make them listen.
Yeah,
that's on you, buddy.
Yeah. You got to go to them and you got to be like, hey, listen, I
shouted you out.
I did this excellent shout out for you guys on this podcast. You got to listen to it. Most of our other callers have had a song and dance number. Do you want to do something to Putting on the Ritz?
Absolutely not, but I can promise you one thing.
What's that?
Next Fan Fest, I will be that guy that punches you in the face.
Awesome.
There you
Sweet.
go. 100%.
Awesome. I feel like I'm gonna be receiving a lot of random punches to the face.
Nero comes back from FanFest, his face just black and blue.
I am going to regret those words, I think. So,
all right, so let's everybody shut up. You can give your shout outs.
Yeah. Sorry, we talked all over your shout out. Sorry.
It's okay. I just want to shout out to my FC on Leviathan, By Fire Reborn, and my Link Shell Static Night Stream.
That's what's up. Thank you very much for the call, Roaring Raccoon. If you'd like to call, we may take like one more call here before we wrap up. Skype on Skype at Limit Break Radio or 810-515-8715. All right, let's read some emails. We did get some emails from last week. So, Kahlo, why don't you start?
Take it away.
Kahlo, did you write this email?
I did not.
Okay.
Hello, LBR crew. This is Sith Lord of Sergeant Anus and a proud laser beam raptor. I was in studio for the first time ever on episode 41, and I just wanted to weigh in on the whole situation last week with Nika the Bully. That's right.
You're the only one that calls me.
That's right. I'll probably be the only person with enough testicular fortitude to tell it like it is. After being pranked on air, let's face it, that's not that hard given the tiny femoral brain.
Whoa!
She throws a hissy fit and leaves in the middle of the show. Real professional. Talk about a slap in the face to the rest of the LBR cast, including our dear leader, Kahlo. May the light.
Wait, what? Wait.
May the light.
Hang on, no.
You've never seen this guy in the link shell.
Run this back.
I can
run this back. Say that last part again.
Including our dear leader, Kahlo.
I take issue with this.
May the light of his greatness forever shine down
You
upon
realize
us.
he's comparing him to Kim Jong-un.
Then,
or that's what they call him.
Or good Sir Mogamoog.
Shit, yeah! Good God.
No, Google it. It's
May
all
the light of his greatness forever shine down upon us. Then, instead of doing the right thing, coming back to the show and apologizing, she forms a rogue faction of LBRmy dissenters to attack dear leader and his three cronies.
And Nero is the one who said that. Actually.
Treachery! She tricks these sheep into doing her evil bidding by having them call in and verbally assault dear leader and his lackeys. This way, she can claim no responsibility for the bullying. What a malevolent woman.
Oh my God.
I truly hope that she was thoroughly chastised after the show by dear leader and his stooges.
Hey!
That way, this kind of atrocity will never occur again on LBR. P.S. You are all free to have a wonderful day now, thanks to our dear leader, Kahlo Landis. It is his will that drives LBR.
Oh my God.
We are all lucky to live in the same world as dear leader. His sheer awesomeness is what makes this life worth living. May he bless us with his presence on each and every podcast from now until the end of eternity. Long live our dear leader, Kahlo Landis. Thank you.
Literally took 5 seconds to Google our dear leader, and everything is about Kim Jong-un. Just saying.
What in the hell was that?
Thank you, Sith Lord, for that venerable email.
I would just like to issue a point of clarity here. Okay, so now this email ascribes the actions to you, which you have continually thrown me under the bus for that joke. Even on the last episode, you were the one that was like, "Oh no, that was too far."
Yeah, you did. I initiated the joke, which was funny. Nika, you laughed at the start, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you took it too far.
Nah, no. It was.
I only have so much control over my stooges. Unfortunately, they do have free will.
Oh my God.
Hey, Mo, you behave yourself. Do I get to be curly? You can be curly.
That's not a surprise.
So there's another thing that I'd like to talk about.
How is he not Mo?
There's another thing that I'd like to talk about here real quick, and that is, the Sith Lord says that Nika created a rogue faction of LBRmy members.
Yeah, right.
That did not happen, but there have been a lot of people that have been coming to me and
personally,
and chastising me for my involvement
have you got,
with
like,
the prank.
in-game tells about it?
Oh yes,
And again, you on the air welcomed people to do that. It was not me. I did not call for anyone to do that to you. I want to make that.
And I'd also like to point out that we dealt with this like adults on the air. I'm not going to speak for Nika, but I don't think she needs a whole bunch of white knights coming out and shaming me.
Hey guys, I'm still here. So
yeah. You stupid fox! What did you think that we were gonna just bye Nika, bye? That's your exit to the show.
I can't.
You're never welcome back
really
here
ask
again.
you if I was gone.
Yes.
That?
Oh God, yeah.
Genuine.
I mean, like, have they never listened to the show before?
No, apparently not. Apparently, no one has ever heard.
Like,
this
does no
show
one
before.
realize that we're not just like random people? We're actually friends. We've known each other for a very long time, and that like one fight is not going to break the entire show apart, regardless of how severe the fight actually
unfortunately, we are not able to split or to split her Patreon share amongst ourselves.
So, look, if there's something on the show that you're upset about, of course, we're totally willing to listen to your criticism, but make sure that it's well-founded first.
And not a blowjob piece to Cal.
This guy does just like worship Kyle's every move.
Okay, yeah, I have completely moved on from this email and totally erased it from my mind. What I'm talking about are the people that spend their own, like, that go out of their way to try to make me feel bad for something that happened on the show.
First of all, while it's a noble endeavor, it's futile. He has no heart.
Yeah. That's just, I mean, let's just be honest about that.
The only way that you can make him feel bad is if you're Joe Never and he skips out on your selfie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No, but I mean, like, seriously, you guys don't need to get involved at every, I get it. It's Twitter Nation and everything, like everything needs feedback and my opinion. Blah, blah, blah.
If they help her out, she might want the D.
Jeez.
That really is. That seems to be like a lot of the motivation is like, I just want girls to recognize me.
But unfortunately, as a paladin, Nika already has the D in defense.
See what you did. What about being a
Rogadin? Yeah, no, she has a dick because that. So she has two of them.
The biggest.
Yeah. All right, who wants to take this next email here?
Well, it says right here that they would like to request either Juxta or Nika read this email.
This is Valkyria's email.
And because it's so long,
it's Valkyria's email? Okay, do we really need to... I feel like she walked back a lot of her email in that performance earlier. I think,
and plus she doesn't say my name, so yeah, we can skip it.
I feel like reading it at this point, we would kind of end up beating up on her for the.
We got the gist. We worked it out.
Yeah, we get it.
All right.
She sang has a nice song,
and plus
the song is way better. I think the song is a way better note to end on.
Plus, we all have read the email, so your sentiments are still received.
Yeah, we get it. Mm-hmm. All right,
Nika, you want to take the next one then?
Sure. There's so many emails about this. Do we?
It was a hot topic.
Of course. Yeah.
Apparently. All right. Hello, guys. First off, I want to say to all the butthurts who got mad because you guys were messing with Nika is a big fuck you. If I had a group of friends that are this close to me and they weren't being assholes to me, I would be worried. If friends are not being dicks to each other, then they are not real friends. There we go.
That's. I would say
there's an element of truth there.
Yeah, there's a kernel of truth. Yeah.
Here we go.
You may have had to dig it out of a shit pile, but yeah, there is a kernel of truth.
Mostly because corn doesn't really digest properly.
Yeah,
so the kernels are
exactly
stuck in the poop.
Exactly.
Really painful.
Yeah.
What? Okay, but anyway, I'm not sure if this is the right email to send this, but we will see. I want to talk about what King Arthur V Prick said, how we need to kill casuals because hardcore anime tiz is the way to go, or something along those lines.
Someone calling out Arthurs. Wow. Yeah. By the way, they didn't spell it right.
He said King Arthur. I was confused. I
think that's supposed to be a shot across Arthur's bow. That's interesting.
Well, let's see. He says, I've been playing this game since it came out. Never unsubbed, even when I felt bored of the game. And the only time my sub ran out is because Mog Station's a piece of shit and gave me error 401 and decided my credit card has a problem. That is so true. I hate Mog Station.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's terrible.
I love this game even though I couldn't give a shit about rating. I know a lot of people in FCs that don't think about rating and they play the game every day. Are you telling me that we should unsub from the game because our casual filth will make the game worse? I know more raiders that after clearing the raid, they farm it enough to get what they want and unsub to wait for the next raid to come out. Or just log into raid and log out and go to the forums to bitch about casuals. To be honest, I don't care about gear and stats and all that crap. I don't like the diadem because I thought it would be more of an adventure than it is than about kill and farm shit for 90 minutes. What I really care about is how the gear looks more than what it does for me. So please take a look at the Alex gear. It looks like shit. Why would I want that? And the Savage gear is dyeable. Cool. A pink poop, still poop, but now it's pink.
Yeah, it does suck. That gear does really, really suck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah,
what I really want to say is the casual people are not the reason why the game is failing or falling. I'm a casual player and I play the game for the content that I enjoy, and rating isn't one of them. You don't have to clear a super hard content to become a good player and support the game that you love. Sorry for the long shit of an email, and I love you guys. It is not signed by anyone.
There is a thing in there though. I don't think you read.
Down a little ways.
Oh, I thought that was the next person.
Nope.
Oh, it says, hi, Nika.
There you go. Thanks for that email, anonymous person. And I don't know.
Arthur's is defending himself. He says when he said casuals, please unsub, he meant the people who actually proposed Lord of Verminion as an actual type of content.
Yeah, that's what Arthur's was talking about. The people who are looking at stuff like Lords of Verminion and saying like this is good content, or
it's
actually
like that
excited
kind of
about
stuff
that.
is something that could be released in like a mobile app, like something that doesn't need to like people don't play MMOs to play Lord of Verminion.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
That's something that would easily lend itself to a mobile game.
I don't think he was saying that, how you I think that was a specific criticism against content along the lines of Lords of Verminion and who wastes their time with their sub doing content like that. I agree with him. I totally agree with him. I can't imagine that there is a single person that actually wastes time or money playing Lord of Verminion in this game. I would love to see the number of matches that have actually been played since this has been out. It's got to be
pathetic. I mean, they're complaining about the people who log in, raid, log out, or unsub until the next thing. Are there people who log in for Lords of Verminion tournaments and then log out until the next one?
No.
Guys,
nobody cares.
Guys, at any one time, there are 5 digits worth of people playing Lords of Verminion.
First 3 of them are zeros.
That's being generous.
Oh my God, no! Like
you just repeated your joke from last week.
No, it's changed up now. It's 3 digits.
I see that.
Anyway, like you asked, how many people are doing Lords of Verminion? Like how many matches have actually happened that aren't the tutorial game? Because it's got to be what? Fucking pathetic.
It's got.
Is there more people doing chocobo racing right now? I'll bet there is.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
But
and that's only because they've already invested so much into it they can't quit.
But again, I think that this it speaks to a larger issue of at what point do you stop trying to draw new people to your game, and at what point do you develop content for your existing player base? Because without an addition of something like a new platform, like if Final Fantasy XIV made its way to the Xbox One, I could see a little bit why something like Lords of Verminion would be a little bit more justifiable. You have people that are just getting into the game. They're looking for a wealth of content to do. It might be a fun side game that they kind of fall into with their friends. But where this player base is at and how long this game has been out and how dedicated the player base is to clearing the content that's at the top, I think that's the stuff that you need to support. You can't just again, the Lords of Verminion is just the strangest timed content ever, and I think that was the point. Anyway, thanks for the email, and who wants to read this next one from a name that I can't even pronounce?
Hold on. We got a caller on the line, bro.
All right.
We got. Hold on. Where is he? Okay, we got Rico of Coral on the line.
All right. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. How are you? Thanks for calling Limit Break Radio. What do you want to talk about?
What I want to bring up is social difficulty curve. I know you guys have talked about extra credits in the past, so you might have seen their episode that they've done on the subject before.
I have not, but I am familiar with extra credits. I'll have to go look that one up.
Okay. Well, basically the idea is that, you have a difficulty curve in your game. We're familiar with, when you first start out, you've got the easy stuff, and as you move up, get closer to the raids, the difficulty of the game increases.
Sure. Yeah.
one of the things that they brought up in their episode when they talked about it was that a lot of MMOs, and I think 14 fails in this regard as well, is the idea of the social difficulty curve, where I think that it comes back to a lot of the conversations that you guys have had so far when it comes to difficulty in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of it comes down to the fact not so much that the game itself is failing with giving a difficulty curve, it's that it's not giving the players that social difficulty curve that eases them into it. Like right now, our curve, when you start out, it does good. You know, you're pretty much a solo player.
Right.
Social options become available as you go on. You eventually get to join, free companies and all that good stuff. But the problem is that once you get to about level 20 or so, that social difficulty curve, it levels out.
It plateaus.
And then it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't jump up again until you get to the raid structure, and then it shoots way up.
Yes.
And right now we don't have any kind of content that encourages that kind of social difficulty curve that eases people with the difficulty of interacting with other players into those kind of raid groups.
That's interesting to note. I'm really glad that you brought this up, because I think that the way that Square Enix is developing this game is that they're trying to discourage social difficulty, and they're trying to make a game that is more socially fair than it is objectively based, right? So it seemed like from my perspective, I don't understand why. And this goes back to like rounding all the corners and making everything, like hit you with a Nerf bat instead of an actual weapon. This is all like part of a greater societal trend to just coddle people, and I don't need coddling in a video game like that. Just
this is like one of those. This is one of those areas where, on one point, I agree with Nika. I like the fact that 14, it doesn't, it doesn't make people feel like shit just because of the way that the community is. It's not naturally toxic, right? The fact that this is, for one thing, it's a PvE focused game. I think naturally. It naturally makes it that type of environment, but as well as with all the stuff that they've been doing excuse me, with all the ways that they've been doing that you don't like, some of it's good, some of it's bad, but I think that there could be a way that they could start using that. They've had a lot of content where they've had a lot of missed opportunities.
Yes.
Where they could have leveled out this social difficulty curve without having to sacrifice anything with game difficulty, without having to make it a toxic environment. A lot of like the primal fights, the trials, a lot of things like that could have been great ways to, force you to learn how to interact with other people and how to, learn how to get into these super high difficulty things. But right now it's just either, stuff that you can just queue in with anybody and do with anybody, or something that you have to be with the group of people that are dedicated to a time slot, and there's no in between.
And I'd like to just point out that the what little content that Square Enix did put on that social curve, it was, and they kept it, like they kept that, they kept their stance there. Ended up being, it was good content, and it stayed relevant for a while. I'm thinking of the Titan fights, some of the EX primals. A lot of the stuff that we had in 2.0 was structured a little bit more for the social curve, and it seems like they've tried to reduce that as much as possible, and I just don't think that that's always a good thing for an online game environment. There has to be some nature of competition in there.
I'll tell you what, it's even worse for the people who are just getting into the game these days. I've been leveling up my alt, and it's like, first of all, it's boring as shit. Like the whole 2.0 or 2.1 through 2.55, that grind, that slog is just a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
Right.
But everything is easy. Everything is face roll easy. Everything like by the time I'm out of the opening cutscene, the fight's half over.
Right.
It's so stupidly easy.
Right.
Like anyone who comes into the game at this point is not getting any experience with how to play the game to any real effect.
Well, thank you very much for your call. We've got to move on. We've only got about 15 minutes left in the show today, but really, really good points there. I'm really glad that you called up. Yeah, that social curve is something that Square Enix probably needs to take a look at, because I think that that's where a lot of our complaints are stemming from. And I know that there's a variant of opinions about this too, and that's fine. I like that. I like that there's that different, different people see, the sociability factor of this game differently. But, I don't think that we should strip out options or strip out functions of play in favor of making a quote-unquote safe environment or a safe space for everyone.
Somebody might use them in a bad way.
Yeah, because someone could use that. Exactly. And a lot of that is just erecting a straw man. Well, what if somebody did this? Well, what
for whatever reason, there are a lot of games where the what ifs become everybody.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. But this is an online game that can receive, adjustments as we move along. If it ends up being, having a negative impact, find a way to curve that. I mean,
as opposed to just saying no competition whatsoever.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems to be much more in the end of design philosophy than it is in practicality. And that's the thing that I get bugged out by, is that it doesn't always need to be like that. So.
We have a nice short email that I think a Nero would want to hear that I'd like Juxta to read. It's down the way.
I got it. I know the one.
You know the one?
Okay.
Okay, hold on one second.
All right.
All right. Just want to say thanks for being dicks on the last episode. You are saving me $5 a month unsubbed on Patreon.
The one problem I have with this, because you can do whatever the fuck you want with your money.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
He didn't leave his name.
They didn't sign it.
Yeah, he didn't leave his name.
Oh, I know who that is.
Oh, you do?
Bliven. Bye, Bliven.
Oh, I see. I don't even know who that is.
See you, Bliven.
Oh my god.
No, he's
sorry, I dropped my cup.
He's made a very big point about his exit from the Patreon ranks.
Oh, okay.
And that's fine. The thing is that if you're pissed off about us being assholes to Nika, taking your $5 doesn't just damage us; it also damages Nika.
Especially because it's not like I left and he's following me, or I'm still here.
Shit.
I'm not like.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong.
You know what would have been really symbolic and what you should have did, Bliven? You should have taken your LBRmy tag, snapped it in half, and then mailed it to a Nero.
Or just donated all of it to Camp Nika.
See there, yeah.
That's how you get back at Nero.
99% of the audience understands how this game is played. Bliven, I think that you're the odd man out by going, I'm going to just take my toys and go home. I don't want to have anything to do with this anymore. This is a bad product. Oh.
Fuck you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia. All right, so
we have time for Taser Smurf's email.
There was another one in here. There was someone we hadn't heard from before. Daru.
Yeah, Daru.
Roman Dragon.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, go. You want to read it, Nero?
I can't pronounce this name for shit.
I don't think any of us are going to be able to do it.
Hello, Limit Break Radio. Daru Roman Dragon from the FC Schottenherzen. Shadow Hearts for the English people out there on Shiva here.
That was German.
Yeah, it was German.
Nice.
This will maybe be a short one, but we will see.
It's not.
It's not. Let's do this in order. Last show, episode 41, you had a letter where one raid in Void Ark had a group fail on purpose at the first boss. The thing I didn't like was your reaction when the letter said they called for Germans only. I know different languages are bullshit, and I know you don't like other countries because Murica is best because Murica is Murica. But not all Germans are assholes. And not the only assholes in the world. Best example are the people from France.
Hold on. I don't think that we called Germans out, did we?
I don't think we did.
I think we just laughed at the fact that they thought they had to pick a specific one, just queue up.
I don't think we were.
Maybe we did, but it was a joke.
By the way, hysterically, he proceeds to call out France.
Well, yeah. Probably
to be fair.
Let's just. I mean, considering climate, France not exactly the best person to call out on that one. But anyway, just look. Okay.
So Germans historically be calling out France on anything.
Look, Germany. Okay. I understand that you might have been a little bit offended. It wasn't aimed at you. People use different languages in the Duty Finder to queue with specific groups, and that's really all that was meant by that. Maybe something got lost in translation on the show.
Well, this email is there's some weirdness in it. So yeah, there might be.
But just so we weirdness. Just so we know, he does hate the French.
You are a bigot.
The most of them play like chocobo shit and react on constructive criticism with flaming, leaving, or doing their shitty thing silently on. Sigh, but I digress. What I try to say is not all Germany are bad, and not all people are perfect. Even some role player distinguished in these aspects. And I dare you, I double dare every one of you to make fun of a role player. I'm one of them, and don't try to assault, because he says salt right there, because we do salt things. Assault me, because I will be back, but not like the Terminator.
You would think being a role player that you would have
not admit that.
Being a role player, I'm pretty sure he speaks. I'm pretty sure he role plays in German.
Look, it's fine. Being from Germany, I get that. You like your shit porn and you like your ERP. And I get it. That's what the whole RP.
And I'm pretty sure like 80% of my
is.
heritage is German, so nothing against Germany.
Yeah. You're fine. We have no problem with your scat porn and your Nazism. It's the weirdness in the duty finder that we have a real problem with. Good job, emailer. I'm glad that you were able to pick up on that wonderful subtext that we were putting out there on the last episode. What?
Now to the other one. First things first, hi Nika and fuck you, Aniro. That might have been a reply from what you just said. Yeah. I get that.
That could be, yeah.
I get that you were salty. He might have just been preparing you for that.
Yeah.
I get that you were salty all the time because of your lousy co-workers around you, but at least take it out on a Scalia or a Juxta.
That says Justia, by the way.
Yeah, Justia.
Justia?
Yeah, Justia.
Can we, let's, Justia. That's your new, Justia.
I don't think it really flows well.
As long as you are
a woman.
As long as you are a female character, you will
Justia
now be
position.
known as Justia. I should make a new intro piece for you.
Nika, the pretty
Justia
rainbow
position.
snowflake flower in your surroundings.
Pretty rainbow snowflake flower.
Yeah, you're a pretty rainbow snowflake flower.
Yeah.
In your surroundings doesn't deserve this lagging bull crap from you or anyone who made it with you. What? But congrats that you muted yourself on her second try. Now to Nika. I don't remember a few hours after I had any dream, but it's good that you had such an awesome one. To your dream, maybe it was foreshadowing that will happen, but not only on the main story. The demons you were fighting against could be the monsters from the Void Ark, which somehow infected the dragons. That would explain a little bit with Vidolfnir. At the part of Minfilia and her Gunblade, it would be awesome to get finally a real Gunblade in game. I came to the game when the last FF13 event was, and I got only hand and pants. What does that mean?
No, the gear that you get.
Oh, the lightning gear. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care about the hair or something, but I want that coat. The thing with the relic weapons was it to revive the dragons. It would explain why they lost their power, so to give over their power from the weapons to the dragons in order to bring them back. The only thing I can't explain is with the mounts, but at least there was a Pokemon crossover.
Yes.
That's it for me, and I hope I got the right degree of salt. Keep up the good work and be the awesome crew like always. Shout outs to my FC Schattenherzen and to my in-game wife, Zero Roman Dragon. Daru Roman Dragon of Shiva.
Thanks for the email. Again, I think something got kind of lost.
I didn't expect to get a real response to my dream. I appreciate that. I really do.
Okay. All right. Well,
thank you.
Thanks for the email, Dave.
Bag with which one douches?
That's how you pronounce his name.
Oh, Nero like that one.
America is the best because America is America. I like that one.
I thought he was going to start calling out America. Then he calls out the French out of nowhere. That was weird.
Yeah, like...
What did the French do to deserve that one exactly?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Do you really need a reason?
No, that's fair.
I feel like we are dancing around some floor spikes here. Wow.
Tom Sue's going to send us a very angry email.
Oh, geez. All right. Do we have one more? I mean, we've got like...
I got one more.
You got one more? All right.
Yeah.
Carl,
all right.
Go ahead.
Taser Smurf here again. I had to go down LBR memory lane recently because of a group of players I think we've all ran into from time to time, and I think they should be added to the list of the worst 14 players. So I listened to the first part of 13.3 to make sure this group of people were not already on the list. Man, did that bring back some memories. But let's press on.
Yeah, I've been trying to forget about that.
Yeah,
the group is the cross-class skill slacker. You know the healers that don't have swift cast, or the black mages, summoners, and machinists that don't have quelling strikes, or the rare tank that doesn't have provoke or convalescence.
I wonder who's guilty of this.
Or those dick ninjas without blood for blood.
Yeah.
I know there are people who don't enjoy some jobs, and that's their excuse as to why they don't have said skills. But I know people in my own FC that are the same way, yet still have all their cross-class skills. Why? Because they don't want to suck or be a burden to their party. I don't know how many times my group have had to pug a DPS while trying to down T4 to find out the Black Mage or Summoner didn't have quelling strikes and so gained hate during the AoE burn phase and thus caused many a wipe. Sounds like your tank needs to get good. Or the various other healers who didn't have swift cast to raise someone during a moment yet you didn't have time for even a presence of mind raise, or the tanks would die. Get good and don't die.
Stop shaming me!
Some might ask, what's the harmful thing about this besides being a dick ninja wandering around in a dick canoe? And it's that this behavior, especially if you know people like this, or maybe a whole FC or two, and you don't try
or like
to correct
a whole radio show,
is it's harmful to the community. Why someone wouldn't want to have all the skills they have to make sure that they weren't a burden on the party, or to even just to better themselves? Or why wouldn't you want to help others to better themselves is beyond me. I recently saw a new person in a different FC of mine, which is full of people in this category, who was doing the MSQ as level 32 Bard, that only had Pugilist to 15 and Conjurer to 3. And I cried because I knew they probably wouldn't be because they wouldn't be encouraged to unlock Lancer or to even get Pug higher.
I'm getting bored.
Wow. I complained about this in my FC and said that the FC the person belonged to and any other person like it should burn in a fire.
Oh, that's
that escalated.
That went 0 to 60.
Wow. Yeah, wow. That took a sharp turn.
Mostly because it harms the community. This kind of player shouldn't become the normal, and part of me is afraid that it will if we don't all try and do something about it, at least with the ones that want to better themselves. After all, there are some unhelpables out there, so it won't matter how much one tries with these. So thanks for listening to why I think this group of players needs to be added to the list. Also, people, if you're a part of this group, you can easily stop being a dick ninja roaming around in your dick canoe by just leveling up the classes that give you your cross-class skills, improve yourself, and thus the community.
Good.
I mean, you have good points, but again, with people choosing to be assholes, you're one of them.
But they should have the...
calling out Taser Smurf for being an asshole.
They should have the right to make that choice. That should be their right to make that choice, whether they're assholes or not. Then and that's not to say
you should not be able to have to make that choice about having Provoke as a tank. Get Provoke as a tank or quit the game.
Yeah, okay, but there is, I mean, there does need to be systemic recourse that you have, like a vote dismiss, stuff like that prevent people from abusing the system. But what you don't want is you don't want to prevent people from being people. You want to encourage them to be the people that they are, even if they're assholes, or the people that they want to be, that they want to play as, because that's part of the online game environment and part of the appeal of playing an online
game. You shouldn't tell an entire free company to die in a fire because of like a few of them that don't get cross-class moves. That's pretty intense.
Well, if you genuinely mean it, like you're out like picking out the kerosene and the brand of matches that you're going to use. But I mean, people can talk with hyperbole. This is like going back to Nikki Seven's email and his criticism of Reddit. It was overblown. It was overdone. Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. So, okay, I hope that free company burns in a fire. Oh, well, that's just some words. It's not that big of a deal.
Pretty red in the face when that free company actually burns in a fire.
But here's the thing, though.
Exactly. That's why I try not to be an asshole, because you never know.
Then you know what? That's on me to feel bad about or guilty about later. But you know what? I shouldn't be banned from FF14 for saying that you're a piece of shit and I hope you die in a fire.
Just from the official forums.
Yeah, exactly. So that's. Anyway, thanks for the email, Taser Smurf. Much appreciated.
Well, those people should be on the list. I do agree.
Yes.
So we again we had a ton of emails that we just did not get to. Emails from Diamolos. We also had emails in here from Zachran. Zakarn, whatever.
So shout out to you guys at least.
Yeah. Blitzen Twiceborn. I mean, thank you guys so much for sending emails. We really do appreciate it. If you want to send your email, and hopefully it'll get read on the show, hosts@limitbreakradio.com. We do keep these emails around. So if in case we don't get to it on one show, we can pick up and read them on another show. But we have such a massive listener base of around 20 to 25,000 people that listen to the show that we get a lot of interaction. So whether it's your calls or your emails, we really do appreciate your interaction with Limit Break Radio. Even just tuning in and hanging out in the chat, giving us some feedback in the chat room, or just in general hanging out and listening to the show. It all goes to help us out, and we really do genuinely want to thank you for making the time to be here to listen to the show. There's 292 people listening to us right now. The fact that 292 people that would take time out of their day to listen to what we have to say about FF14 is really amazing. And so that's why, we ask you to support us over at patreon.com/limitbreakradio. We work really hard on the show, and we hope that you like it. And if you do like it, if you do get any enjoyment out of it, we ask that you head on over to patreon.com/limitbreakradio. Give as much as comfortable for your budget. It is the holiday season. And so even if you want to give, you want to give the gift of supporting Limit Break Radio on behalf of somebody else, you can do that all at patreon.com/limitbreakradio. That was a long episode, guys. Jeez.
Yeah, it was.
We've
been hitting the 5 o'clock mark quite often.
We have. Oh, man. And
this is the same amount of time every episode.
And
it's always 3 hours. Come on.
And the thing is that we've got to wrap this up because we've got to turn around at 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
we're gonna be over at our sister channel, twitch.tv/Final Encountercast, which if you have just stopped by this program for the first time and hit that follow button, much like Dargan54 did most recently, then you will also like our show about video games and the video game industry. It's called
Jesus Christ, these motherfuckers need to get good. Go #company.
Fuck Ryuichi.
Thank you, Ryuichi.
No.
Thank you very much. I guarantee if you like what we do here at Limit Break Radio, you'll also love what we do over at Final Encountercast. That's twitch.tv/Final Encountercast. And today's an exciting episode because we're going to let you call into the show just like we do here at Limit Break Radio for the first time. Help us make this episode a huge success and a huge introduction to a wider Twitch audience. We want all of you to tune in if possible. A large number, when people who are just scrolling through channels to check out on Twitch, a huge number helps encourage more people to check it out. So the more people that just watch us and just hang out with the show, then it will do amazing things for us. So we've got a lot to talk about on Final Encountercast, including the Game Awards and including PlayStation Experience, plus all of the latest gaming headlines from around the world. That's on Final Encountercast over at finalencountercast.com. And coming up next at 6 p.m. live on twitch.tv/Final Encountercast. I'd like to thank all of our callers today, all of our emailers, and everyone listening live right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Limit Break Radio. And I'd also like to thank my co-hosts, Kala Landis, Juxtaposition, Escalia Rayumasa, and Nika Kayanian. I'm Aniro. Keep listening. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. Today's episode was produced by Aniro Grigori. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Scry De La Rosa, Zurian Urexin, Satori Komeji, Karkwin Albarn, Raj Anelka, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. To support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/LimitBreakRadio. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.